And we're back. What's going on, everybody? Retro Talk Forum back with another volume. What volume we at? Hold on, what volume we
Man,
at,
we
bro?
almost at 30.
At 30?
Hey, the
30?
country bros almost at 30.
At 30? Man, it don't even seem like it, bro.
I know, right?
It don't even seem like it, man.
I
How's
know,
everybody
right?
doing this afternoon? Uh,
Good. I am great.
got a special guest in the building. Well, first let me say I'm hot. Welcome, welcome. We welcome you, and I'm gonna pass it down to my brother down below.
Excuse me. It's your boy, Black Ass African, aka BAA. I said Marvin was gonna come back this today, but I'm gonna put him on the back burner for another week, man. We'll see what happens. Hey, we got a dope guest uh, that's gonna chop it up with us, man. Gonna learn everything from Adidas 313, all that. So,
Absolutely.
hey, man, y'all just buckle up, man. I think this is gonna be one of the doper shows that we had. So y'all buckle
Man,
up. If you love Adidas, and I know we got a lot of Adidas fans out there, man. I know I'm one of them. God dog it.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Code 11, pimp
Look,
Hey,
down.
man down.
Code 11.
Look, all them Nikes behind him fell on his head. As soon as he said I love Adidas, they started jumping out the Nike dribbling Scotty.
Hey, this
Hey,
what
man,
your
I'm
phone.
not used to this.
Hey,
I'm not used to this setup, man. I'm not used
this
to
what
this
your
setup at all,
this
man.
what your phone said right here, Black. This what your phone said.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You
Hey, I need you to keep that one, man. I need you to keep that one. Hey, if you look, that's what my avatar used to be on IG.
Hmm.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. But yeah,
Yes, sir.
man. We got bloopers, man. No editing around here. But
Sounds
like I
good.
said, we got a dope guest. We're gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself. The guy right there.
Yep, that's me. I'm TikTok, 1973. Born and raised Detroit. The young guys call me OG. I don't know how to take that sometimes, because I don't know if they being slick or if they showing respect. But I've been around for a while. I just told my wife today I had a sneaker problem before I knew I had a sneaker problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I went straight from Batter Bullets and Pro Kids and PF Flyers right into all leather uppers, and that was the early '80s, and it's not really stopped. Me personally, I I wouldn't call myself a collector until about 2003, because I wore all my shoes back then. I didn't put any value to them other than it was a pair of shoes. And
Quick
it was
question.
a pair
Quick
of shoes.
question.
Uh-huh.
Quick question. When you came back home, I know you cleaned them back up, right?
And I cleaned them up before I put them up, and I cleaned them before I put them back on.
Hey,
Iron
that
my
you're
shoelaces,
you're a
everything.
collector. You're a collector, my
Hey,
friend.
hey,
You're a
he was
collector,
listening
my
last
friend.
week.
Oh, absolutely.
He was listening last week.
I told you when we came up, we could make 6 pair of shoes out of 1 pair of shoes with different shoelaces, and that was the thing.
Facts.
One of y'all posted them pants, them stiff ass crease pants after we had that. Yep, and that's exactly what it was. You iron them pants and put them up under the bed for the
That thing,
creases, and you
that thing look
iron
like a
the
suit of
shoelaces.
armor. That thing look like a suit of
Absolutely.
armor.
Yeah.
You-
Yeah, I do that. It's like now, especially like when I cop shoes, because a lot of guys, oh, I won't buy used shoes. Why not? If I can't find a DS and it's a missing piece of the pack or a timeline, bring it here, because I got enough detergent and sanitizer to clean it up, and I clean up shoes all the time. It don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? As long as they fit and they not beat to death, used shoes
Right.
don't fade me one bit. Because you'll see
Say
me, a
what?
lot of dudes, they go out and they see a lot of shoes out, and they don't know. Them shoes done been around the block a couple times before I even got hold to them.
They say
That's
where
what's
there's a
up.
will, there's a way, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you want it, I mean, you there's a certain level of standard, but it's one of those things that, you know, with the
Facts.
advent of the internet, it ain't the internet has changed the game as far as acquiring sneakers, and you
Oh
got to
yeah,
take what you can get when the opportunity presents itself.
yeah. We're gonna get into that real quick. Let me
All
shout
right,
out the chat real quick, bro. We got Detroit Kings in the building.
what
Shout
up,
out to
though?
Detroit.
Detroit.
Tracy Malone,
What up,
KB
though?
Fresh Kicks. Rice Goat. We got House Flair in the building. Feeler Fresh
What up,
313 in the
though?
building. OG Kicks. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Appreciate y'all coming through.
What's up? What's up? What up?
Buckeye just popped up in here. What's going on, brother?
What up, Buckeye?
Hope all is well. Oh, real quick, did Ohio State win today?
Oh,
I don't know.
Buckeye, did they win today?
not that. I'm not a sports guy.
Gotcha.
Strangely, I am
You know
not
what?
a sports guy.
I was just watching. You know, I'm from down here in the country. You know, from Alabama. So this is our first time really in a long time having a decent basketball team. So I watched that game today, and we actually won the SEC championship. So
Okay. Y'all got hell of a football teams. I'm always hearing about down there.
Yeah, we all right, man. You know, we all right. You know, you know, we just.
I just need Harbaugh to jump on the same train that Saban is on.
Harbaugh is rap, dude. I think that ain't happening. If I'm not a sports guy, but I listen to a lot of talk radio. I think Harbaugh is, he a little bit more show than he is dance.
I believe that because
smoking mirrors.
It took him 5 years. He still ain't got him nowhere.
Yeah.
So
what Juwan Howard?
a
Juwan Howard did what? He won. I know it's a different sport, but he came in and won a Big Ten in his first year in there, didn't he?
First year. Well, he won the regular season. He didn't win the tournament.
He didn't win the
championship.
big.
But I
What
get
I'm
what you're saying.
like, he came in his first year. That to me, that ain't hype. That's product. He producing. So Harbaugh, he ain't producing. Right. Exactly.
That just shows you the love that he got for the school and the program.
Absolutely.
Oh, all the way down from under.
My bad. Regular Mike in the building. El Snacko. El Snacko. Mike check 1 2. He said Harbaugh got to go.
If I was calling the shots, he'd have been gone because I don't think they'd let anybody else stay there that long.
2 years ago, in my eyes.
Yeah. Not at
2
Michigan.
years ago, he would have gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Buckeye said, "Need y'all to keep
Harbaugh."
Don't get scared now.
Detroit said Bama dropped the ball for his players. I don't know about that one. Explain that one to me, Detroit. I'm not sure what you mean.
I don't know if he means like they dropped the bag on their players or what.
Oh, he might mean that, but hey, it ain't been proven yet.
Allegedly.
Oh, he said bag. Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Don't be coming in here making accusations, Detroit, about my coach. Because this how you looking right now.
Man, hate.
That's how you looking right now, bro. But yeah, man. So pickups for the week, man. How did everybody do on the pickups this week?
Oh, I you know me, I had problems this week. Pickups for me is, Adidas is going hard right now. The year of the form is they not letting up.
Man, I've been seeing that.
Can't come up for air. It's pickups for me. Just I ain't even gonna say the week. Past 3 days, probably about 5 pair, maybe. Yeah, at least. So pickups was good.
You got a few of them right there.
Oh yeah, well
let's see what you got. Yeah, let's see what you got, man. You know the guess.
Since y'all brought it up earlier, for those that don't know, March 13th, to us folks up here in Detroit.
I'm finna put you on the big screen.
For those that don't know, March 13th up in the Detroit area is known as 313 Day. And around here, we got a local retail shop that's got European heritage called Snipes. Snipes came in a little while back and they bought out a local retailer called Mr. Allen's. Mr. Allen's was Detroit based and they moved into Chicago a couple years ago. They had a lot of brick and mortar locations and established brick and mortar locations. Snipes also came in and bought Kicks USA because Mr. Allen's didn't have an online presence, but Kicks USA did. So that was the way Snipes has worked their way into the U.S. market. My personal opinions is previous attempts at Snipes to connect with the Detroit metro area, the customers that Mr. Allen served very nicely, have been huge fails. I'm hopeful after yesterday's events that, this shows them what the metro area is about. Because I don't care what anybody says, Detroit has always been an Adidas city. Not a superstar city, but an Adidas city.
Gotcha.
Adidas had some major fails in the late 90s, early 2000s, where they let Air Force Ones come and take over because they just weren't producing what the majority of people with the disposable income wanted. So, but that's a whole nother story. We'll get into the pickup. What we got here is it's the Detroit Pistons and Snipes collab form, 1984 high.
Mm.
It's only 600 pair made. It's a
Wow.
non-inline box. It's an oversized, extra large box. But it was to commemorate the 1989 and 1990 Pistons championship.
Lord
Mm.
have mercy.
Nah, and then they did because these are actually one of the guys that's in the chat, Trace. He has one of the samples of this one. They did a little bit of change up from the actual production. The original sample Tracy has, the webbing was red. The Adidas shoe wall was 3M. And I think they had the 89 and the 90 on opposite side. It didn't read left to right. I think it read right to left.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, as it sits, I mean, on a whole, and then also it features. If this is a form 84 RS, which means removable strap. If you ever see RS in the description of a form, it's removable strap. Because nobody really, I think that had to be a Detroit thing. I think Nego was the first one to do it on a mid. I got one of his around here, one of the Nego Grails, but it says back to back on the inside. So I mean, it was a pretty all in all, and it's an 84 high. So anything that's being listed right now as an 84 high is utilizing the same source materials. If you guys have picked up the Indigos or the Blue Thread or the Orbit Grays, it's the same source materials for the entire 84 high line. It's actually not as high as the OG high. And some of the guys we've had this discussion before, that's an OG high. But they're branded. This is you Jordan guys out here. What if you know that this form in this colorway is what a lot of us Adidas guys call the Jordan Zero, because that's the form that he was photographed in that peacock blue before he got his Nike contract. So we call this the Jordan Zero sarcastically. But it's still close enough. It's higher than a mid, because I'm not really a mid fan, but the OG high for me is the deal. So that was just a reference point. But it came with a pretty nice box, water bottle, shirt, some extra laces, all again for 313 day. And it turned out to be actually dope. The way that they did it, we were talking about that earlier, is, historically a drop is location specific. And there was some issues with the Detroit versus everybody drop last year or year before last with a lot of back doors. So the concept of following a food truck, ice cream truck around the city to 6 different locations, because they only made 600 pair of those, if I didn't mention that. They all numbered on the tongue. Did I show that part?
Lord have mercy.
They so historically with the backdoor situation, having the inventory move around the city completely addressed that, in my opinion. Because everybody that was really wanted a shoe pretty much was able to get a shoe. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a couple people that ended up getting multiple pairs because they got pairs for other people, but they was only letting you buy one at a time. They did it. I don't have that one around here, but they did it wasn't an inline customization, but they also did a white on white top 10 that they had a customizer put 313 in the Pistons font and colorway on the collar. That was okay. I think it'll be my personal opinion, I think it'll be some shit about that because they weren't supposed to be selling that shoe. It was supposed to be all swag giveaway. But once the word got out, which goes back to my opinion, is Snipes is not really dialed into the community. They realized what they had and they start selling. So that's a good one. What else? We got more forms pickup? Yeah. Now, I'm not a form low fan at all. I think I might own 4 or 5 of them. Just not a low form fan. I think my personal opinion is the strap on that low top is a little too busy for me. It's too much going on.
Exactly.
However, Adidas recently did away with their entire skateboarding division as far as a brand. It no longer exists. But with the form being, I don't know why the top 10 is a big skateboard shoe. I still haven't figured that out outside of the top 10 community, but the form is also a huge skateboard shoe. So what they did is, if you've ever seen any of their, what they call them, Vault or whatever it is, this is one of the form skateboard shoes that just dropped. Very, very, very high quality shoe. And
I can
without the
tell.
strap, to me, this was the perfect low top form, in my
It
opinion.
looks
Mhm.
clean. It looks
Yeah,
cleaner without the strap.
Oh, because they
I like
came
it better
out
without
white
the
and
cap
black.
too.
Now, if I picked up any of these other forms, I couldn't even flex that shoe like that. The sole construction is different on the form skating shoe. But
Right.
as far as materials and quality of construction, this is going to be my summer black Air Force One. You know what I'm saying? This is really, that's gonna be my go-to. This is gonna be, and then the webbing. I like that they put the red, because
Put
that's
that red
always a
on them.
low, right. That's always kind of a missed thing on the form. I think from the
Yeah,
design aspect, a lot more can be done with this. Just that little piece of red. One of the guys
yeah,
in one of the other groups, he put in red and black check shoelaces in his and brought the red up into the shoe, which was amazing to me.
yeah.
So, what else did we get this week? Let me see what's down here. Is this? Oh, and then, of course, the top 10. Now, these are a shade of blue, almost looks purple.
Hmm.
In the original mock-up picks, I actually thought that it was royal. Uh, these are currently only available on Adidas UK right now, but there's ways to get shoes from overseas, and I think that they'll see a US release end of this month, next month. Um, I like the fact, because this one and the white one are throwbacks to an original 80s version of this shoe. There's actually one of this colorway on eBay right now. Sole's a little bit yellow, but it's the white cap. That's the key indicator that both of these were a throwback, because Adidas, one of the original made in France top 10s. Two of those from back in that era had the white collar, complete white collar. It wasn't a color swatch up there.
Right.
Suede toe cap, for anybody that's a top 10 fan, you know that the suede toe cap is a must.
It's a
That
must.
that
Yeah, exactly.
that becomes such a huge debate amongst top 10 guys, whether leather toe cap or suede toe cap. For me, give me the suede toe cap every single time. I don't care if it gets dirty, because back in the day we used to take white chalk. That's how we
Hmm.
didn't clean the suede. We just took chalk and put chalk dust over the top of it back in the
Oh
day.
man,
Yeah. Now, for the new top 10s, though, what they did with the release of the rebound, because top 10s and forms and all of them, for me, historically, have been a narrow shoe at the arch. With the advent of the top 10 rebound in 2020, they somehow fixed that narrow issue. And the midsole, the inside midsole of construction of this shoe is probably the most comfortable, in my opinion, the most comfortable top 10 to date. The only downside to this shoe that I just despise is that it's a canvas tongue.
mm.
No top 10, in my opinion, especially something that's kind of a throwback to an OG, should have a canvas tongue on it. It should all be the laminated vinyl leather. You know what I'm saying? That's just, again, my personal opinion. But other than that, all in all, I think these will do. I think these will do pretty good once they hit stateside. And there's probably, the pandemic changed up a lot of the top 10 production schedule. Top 10 and rivalries were running in tandem in this previous cycle.
Right.
And the current cycle was supposed to be forms and concords again. They've been running probably about a 2-year release cycle on a 5-year stretch. They've been hitting on the 5-year anniversaries. Like this 2019 was the 40th anniversary, and the 5 years ago was the 35th anniversary. So they've been kind of doing them on a 5 year, and that's with everything. Adidas is really good at that, because before the 50th superstar, they went in and basically stopped producing anything but basic colorway, because they
Right.
wanted to clear everything off the shelves, which the 50th superstar was an absolute fail, in my opinion. It was a complete fail, but that's just what they do. Anyway,
Right.
I don't think did I pick anything else up this week? Oh, well, we gonna
Show it all. Show it all.
Well, no, see, my thing is I'm an Adidas guy, and you know, different people in different circles know me for different things. You know, mostly in the states, and most of the circles that I really move in as of late is the OG basketball platforms. But overseas is superstars. But for me, I love the classics or the redo of the classics, and the only reason that I really had to have this one because of the colorway. Now this is Adidas Racing 1. And a couple months back, maybe I want to say maybe even a year ago, Adidas released the yellow and blue 1970s retro track jacket before this shoe even came out. So when this shoe came out in this colorway, it was, for me, being from Detroit, you know, or Michigan, it was a must. It was just a must have. It's extremely comfortable and rigid shoe, but in my original intent when I copped it was I was gonna try myself, but due to design issues back here, I couldn't do it. I was going to take this sole off and put a 4D sole on here. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a retro mod from an old school 70s platform and put the newest sole tech from Adidas on here. But because they adhered that to the suede back there, I didn't want to risk what it would take me to get that adhesive off of there and replace it. But other than that, you know, nice summer shoe, especially with or spring shoe with the jacket. Extremely nice shoe. And that's another one of those. It's kind of like the Forest Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Forest Hills. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Forest Hill. Forest Hill is a tennis shoe, basically named after a tennis club up in Queens, New York. Overseas, outside of some of the ZX stuff, to them, the Forest Hills is the grail of all grails. Still don't understand why. I don't get it, but when they first started coming back out a couple years back, some of the colorways they released in the US, they didn't release in Europe, and the guys were just going crazy for them.
That's what's up.
So that's all I really got as far as pickups. I mean, well, it's more, but I won't get into that. I don't want to take the whole show with just pickups.
Man, you can go on and on and on, man. Well, quick question then. On those 313 day shoes you got, are those going to feet?
Who, my shoes? You talking about the form?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wear grails. That don't, I don't do a lot of moving around, but I wear anything, if it matches or I'm feeling it, I put them on the concrete. I don't think that I got a couple pair of shoes that I might just put them on and take a picture, but just because the scarcity of them floating around, but something like that, a form, it's cool. It's from Detroit. Like my DVEs, I wear them. I got another kind of rare pair of Detroit top 10s over here. I wear them. Yeah, I wear shoes. People talk about me because I take all my Instagram pictures on my porch, and they tell me my shoes don't. They tell me my shoes don't never leave my porch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wear shoes as long as it's comfortable. Now, see, that's another thing too. Some of those old school platforms, they're not as comfortable as my old feet like when it comes to some of the new sole tech. But oh yeah, I absolutely wear them.
Right. Okay. I mean, because I saw it was a question from Haas Flair. He asked that question: was you gonna put them on pavement? That's all.
Oh, absolutely. Put them on the pavement. That's the Detroit thing right now. Put them on the pavement. Yeah, put them on the pavement. Absolutely, they'll be on the pavement. A lot of guys, some of the guys, when I took a picture of them the other day with them on and laced up. Some people was catching it gasping like I wasn't supposed to do that. Please put them shits right on and wear them. It don't. That
I say that's
man. You know what you tell them folks. Just what you tell them folks.
Fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next?
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, I won't be next because you ain't finna say that shit.
Oh man.
You want to go? How you want me to go?
I was gonna shout out the chat real quick. We had a couple more people come in. We had OG Sneakers and Beard Jedi from Talking Kicks, man. Check them out on Wednesdays, man. Yeah, that's our brothers right there. And the sponsor of the show, Live Heavy Clothing.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Beard Jedi. Give them a follow. Also, real quick, there you go. They got some Talking Kick shirts coming out that's gonna end
I think he
You know,
said
for
right
people-
after this show, ain't it?
right after our show. So if
Okay.
you haven't done the pre-order on them, they black on black. He makes good quality shirts. Real good. This is one of the best quality shirts that I've had for real. You know what I mean?
That's
so
a fact.
fast
That's a fact.
shipping. You know, shout out to the homie and the sponsor, man. And yeah, check them out. Talking Kicks. Who Pop just popped up in here, man. What's going on,
Pop.
bro?
Pop,
And,
high five, pop.
Already. Who else? Tracy Malone. Haven't seen that name. I don't think I've seen that name.
That's my guy. He out of
Okay.
Chicago.
Okay. Stop through. And
Shout out to you, Tracy. Appreciate you coming through.
Kalaya M. I haven't
That's-
seen her name before either. But
she
we
with me
appreciate it
too.
coming through. Okay, well, appreciate it, man. Glad to see your people in the chat, bro. That's all love. That's all love. You want to go or you want me to go, Black? I know one of our pickups is the same anyway.
It don't matter. I go.
Or I think you're gonna show the same pickup.
Yep,
I see you've been working on that.
I left that one. I left that one under the table. I'm glad both of y'all copped that. Because I think me and Black and we've been chatting about that one since it came out.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah. I actually got it.
Good.
They go mine right there.
We'll show them same time. Same
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think the
like
only
they
thing that the only two gripes that I got is, of course, not real hexalite, because it's just a flat piece of plastic, man. It's hard as shit.
That's the same thing that was on the last one, wasn't it? The 17.
Yep.
The pump
but
don't
these
work
are
good.
the pump don't work like it should.
Nope.
But the leather, I mean, it's supple. It moves to the feet as soon as you put it in. No pause. But yeah, man, it's a dope shoe, man. And it's a little bit higher than the Omnilight. Not much, but it's a little bit higher. But the shape, they got that shape right though. Yeah, they definitely got the shape right, in my opinion. But that's one of them. Like I said, man, if you didn't get them, man, you shouldn't pay resale for them, because I think they're going for below 200 right now. So just kind of give it a minute if you're looking for a pair. I'm like all up on the camera. I got another pickup. I had it for a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it anyway. It's these Deodors right here.
Nice.
Like the suede on these, man. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. The quality.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
hey, that's what King Joffrey did. You like?
I know. Like you peasant.
But it's got leather guts. And you can see this is a collaboration with Deodor times Ubik. I don't know if you can see that on the tongue.
Yeah.
It's got the Deodor stitched in gold on the back of that one, and then on the back of this one it has the Ubik, or the I think this is like the Brotherly Love logo for Philly, because that's where it is. It used to be Ubik, but now they changed to Atmos USA now.
Atmos USA. Okay, that's what they changed to.
So
they changed
Atmos bought them out.
Yeah, they bought them out. Bought them out.
Okay.
But man, the quality on these is anything I get Deodor, man, the quality is just second to none. So I keep going this way. But yeah, man, these are, y'all check me out on I got a few more coming, so y'all check me out, man. That's all I got right now, man.
Okay. Yeah, I just got one more pickup myself, man. And shout out to the homie. He got a partner that's stationed overseas. He was able to cop these for me. Me and a couple of homies found out that they was overseas. They was just sitting on the Nike website. So hit him up, man. He was like, yeah, say less. So it's these right here, the LeBron Dodgers.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, the details is pretty dope. Got like little palm trees. This,
palm trees bring good luck, right?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Hey, that's what they say. Whoever they is.
Yeah, whoever they is. But the crazy thing was this. Everybody thought we got the little baseball stitching up there. Like I said, it's supposed to be inspired by the Dodgers. Dodger blue. But it's crazy because This was the shoe that we thought we was getting last month for the LeBron watch, but it
Right.
released overseas, and I'm like, they got a Dodgers team here in the States, but it only released overseas. Like they ain't gave it to us yet,
Gotcha.
for real. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is clean. Okay, man, they worth it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they dope,
that's my
man.
pick. That's all my pickups for this week.
That's
Um,
dope right there, man.
so yeah, man. Um, let's get into it, man. TikTok. Tell us about yourself. Where you from? Um, how you started out doing what you do, as far as like you know, what gravitated you towards Adidas, um, and also just give us a little history about yourself.
Well, born and raised Detroit. Dexter Linwood area is where I roam. That's where I'm from. Which actually is is the heart of why Adidas are what they are in the city of Detroit. I won't really get into a lot of the nefarious reasons behind that. The
Mm-hmm.
Detroiters know, but the top 10 was, in my opinion, Detroit's first status shoe.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, and that's another reason why we are not a superstar city, because we were Run DMC and them is they family, but Detroit was doing Adidas before my Adidas dropped, and they was heavy. We were heavy into Adidas before the rest of the world picked up on that as far as status shoe. So
School 'em, man.
that
School
was,
'em.
for me, that was at that pivotal moment. I want to say 81, 82. Shoes for me went from gym shoes, which a lot of us called them because that's what they were.
Mm-hmm.
They went from a functionality shoe to a fashion, a status shoe in that instance, and it's been that for me ever since. It was when you're younger, your functionality shoe was your status shoe, and you know what I'm saying, because that we all been there. When you was younger and you weren't buying your shoes yet, you was trying to talk your parents into getting whatever was hot because you needed it for basketball team. You know what I'm saying? So that for me, that was the absolute transition. Again, that's when I said, I had a sneaker problem before I knew I had a sneaker problem. So
Right.
and that was, I attribute a lot of that to a lot of the OGs that I came up under, who I didn't really realize were OGs until I was in my 20s or 30s. Some of the guys I came up under, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I was, my parents in a lot of situations, I was shielded from a lot of that until I got in my teenage years. But that's where it started for me early in life. Now, later in life, a lot of people, I have deep ties and associations with the Run DMC organization, and that all that did was solidify my affection with Adidas and the sneakers thing. Because Jam Master Jay and I were pretty tight, and he was a sneaker guy. He was
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, early on it was about the shell toes, but Jay was whatever's new, whatever's hot, whatever's comfortable, I gotta have it. So he was a sneakerhead, and I don't think a lot of people knew that he was a sneakerhead, a quiet kept sneakerhead. And that for me, that took me, that carried me forward. And I was telling him 2000, I wouldn't have considered myself personally a collector until 2003.
Right.
And this was the shoe right here, in my opinion, that made me a collector. That is the original 2000-ish Jam Master Jay tribute shoe. I don't know. I don't want to get too close to Light Bright. This shoe was designed. It's not and that's another thing too. It's not a superstar. A lot of people see, when they see this, the first thing they think is superstar. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
superstar. This shoe is an ultra star. Three things are common of the ultra star. Some will say four, depending on when it was produced. The niches in the lace line, right there, is the first sign.
Mm-hmm.
The style of the tongue,
Mm-hmm.
the large Adidas logo on the back, And then all of the Ultra Stars, I don't know if you can see it. All of the Ultra Stars, because the Ultra Star was designed for Run DMC, has elastic band to hold the
Oh,
tongue on,
Oh,
so you can wear it with no shoestrings in them.
no
with no
shoestrings in
shoestrings in
them.
them.
I did not win
Right.
them.
That's what that's what makes a Ultra Star a Ultra Star. But and absolutely. So and I would say that this is the shoe that I consider myself a collector, because this was honestly the first shoe that I kind of like coveted. I still wear it though. At every show that I've been to, pretty much, if my feet can stand to be in them, this shoe has been on stage since Jay's passing at damn near every show or event that I've been to. And you can tell it's starting to show signs of where the stripes are cracking, but the leather on it is top notch. As I was saying, his son's designed this shoe, and it's a not a commonly known fact that the mix up on this shoe was the wording and how they sent the colorway out. This shoe was supposed to be white with black stripes, but the guys got the wording right. They mixed the wording up before they went into production, and they were so pressed for time that the samples and the actual production date were so close together that they couldn't resource the materials. There
Right.
are, however, 5 or 6 pairs of the white with black stripes in existence. Now, where they are, who knows?
Mm.
They were supposed to be destroyed, but who
Well,
knows who has them.
since you asked that, somebody asked, Tracy Malone asked, "What's your rarest pair?" Now, if you want, you can wait and show that. Finish talking what finish, finish what you were saying, and
Well,
of course, we're gonna show off some stuff,
I
here
guess
in a
I
minute.
guess the question
What's up,
I don't
Caddy?
know. See, that rare pair thing that's a tricky question, because it depends on who's viewing the shoe. Is, to me personally, as rare, because I got a form right here. Now, you guys, everybody knows Nego, right? From
Mm-hmm.
Bait, Nego,
Mm-hmm.
Human Made. This is a Nego form. One of the 3 that he did for his when he did his entire line with Adidas. A lot of people think that 25 means Adidas 25th. No, those are 2 and 5 are I think it's NI and GO. So that spells his name out, 25. That's not for 25th. But
Oh.
he did a white, people call them patent leather. I'm not really willing to call them patent leather because they're not as shiny as patent leather. They're a little bit duller than patent leather, but they do have a sheen to them that's patent leather light.
Yeah, you can see it.
Right. He did a white pair. He did a blue and silver pair and a gold pair. Now, the white pair was readily available. We call those the Tony Montanas or the cocaine white surround circles. And then the silver one is the Lions or the silver bullet. Both of those were relatively easy. I mean, for a shoe the shoe dropped in 2015. So we're not talking about something that dropped completely out of the internet era.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly have to say, for me, rare as far as hardest to acquire was this shoe right here. There are only maybe 3 pair of these that I have seen inside of the United States. To
Wow.
me, and it was one of my, this was one of my Ahab moments, because and it only became an Ahab moment because I couldn't get it. It wasn't like I just had to have it. It was like I was seeing stock images, and it was one YouTube video out there. The guy was doing a review, and then along with the internet era comes a lot of BS sites. So there's a lot of those out there on sites that aren't real because they got full size runs and all of that. So I went through that for a couple of years. Then a friend of ours in the community happened to come across them in, I think it was Japan or something. I didn't trust it. He was a little bit bolder than I was, so he jumped out of airplane for me, got him over here, and I paid whatever he was asking. So
Right.
Okay.
And then that's basically, for me, that's it. I'm a family guy. I'm a sneaker guy. We gotta, I chop it up with. I spend most of my day communicating with the brothers in the commission. That's a small subset, a group of us behind the scenes in the top 10 community. I talk with them like you would talk with your brother, or you know what I'm saying, every day.
Right.
So that's pretty much me. It's not always about sneakers, but for me, it's the network. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's about helping the guys that are just transitioning into, yeah, I can actually buy sneakers online. You don't have to go to the Foot Locker to get every pair. It's a bigger world out here when it comes to sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Teaching
It
and
is.
showing people how to, figure out the package forwarding side of things. Because you got a lot of people that don't realize how deep, when you was just talking about only released in China on that, or overseas on that LeBron. There's so many people out here that are sneaker heads but really don't know how deep regional releases are. It's, I think, for 2019, and I intentionally did that because I like to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I have all the top 10s and top 10 rebounds released in 2019, or no, 2020. I left 3 pair in China intentionally because they're only available in China. I said I'm gonna wait and see if I can put some effort into that 2 or 3 years from now and find them in the secondary market. If I don't miss nothing because they're not leather shoes. They're kind of a rebound tape. I wasn't that impressed with them, but I left them over there intentionally to see if I can find them later, if they make their way over here.
Right.
Boomerangs.
Exactly. So, yeah, but I mean, that's, other than that, for me, the sneaker game in the Detroit area has, the top 10 created an atmosphere that transitioned from certain sneakers over the years. I would say the top 10 was the first status shoe. Hand me that feeler right there. The top 10 was the first status shoe, and then the second status shoe. Now, because the top 10 was not $100 shoe back then.
Mm-mm.
Really wasn't $100 shoe. We all know and love this one. For
Mm-hmm.
Detroit and for the rest of the world, that was it right there, baby.
Yes,
Fila
sir.
T1, $125 sneaker, Italian leather, manila color. It's like a square toe. You know what I'm saying? That's a square toe. That ain't no round toe T1. That's a square toe or box toe, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? This was on the streets. If you were doing it,
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you was getting it, you
if you
had
was
them
getting
on.
it, you had on a T1 Fila in Manila with a velour or terry cloth
Yes,
tracksuit
sir.
back in the day with a plastic,
Hey,
and I got one of those plastic hard visors around here somewhere. Yeah.
talk your shit, bro.
Ah,
When it comes to that right there, talk your shit, bro.
absolutely. Now, see, here go the trick Jeopardy question. For those of us that was around back then, this shoe only had one big dog. What was the big dog to this shoe back in the day?
I'm clueless. I'm
The
gonna be honest with
Targa. The Targa. When the Targa dropped with that hard plastic Fila logo on the back of the heel, on the back of the heel counter in the side. There we go. He know what I'm talking about. The Fila Targa, baby. That was it. I see he know Frank Allen too. He got one of them campaign hats hanging over there. There we go. See, he know. He know. He
Hey,
know.
it's all about the D, right?
you. Told you, man.
Absolutely.
I'm just riding his
Yeah.
coattail.
So
Yes, sir.
that Targa right there, because Fila, now the 84 runner. I wish I could find the 84 runner in that canvas and suede.
Man,
Now, if you asking me Grail, that's on my Grail list every day. I wish I could find one.
I
But
know
the
one person
Targa,
that probably got it.
the professor got it.
Yes.
Absolutely. I wish he was
Yes.
in my size because we would have a conversation. I know he got it for a fact. Me and him talking about that shoe going on 3-4 weeks. Yeah,
Yep.
that the 84 was absolutely horrible with blue denims because that transfer on that canvas was ridiculous. But that's one of those shoes I don't understand why it hasn't come back under Fila's Heritage line. They have so many. The Fila Heritage line is stacked full of shoes that could do, in my opinion, way better than some of the mess that they putting out. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember some not too long ago, people all used to say, "Well, I can't find no original Feelers." They never took the heritage off the Fila USA site. It was always available. So now that people are discovering the internet, it's like I think that it's time for them to, they can't. It's kind of like Reebok. We was talking about that before. They can't.
Mm-hmm.
They can't put everything on Grant Hill. Fila's catalog is bigger than Grant Hill.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And Grant Hills are dope. Don't get me wrong, because him and Stackhouse, they were Detroit players when they had their contract, and that was really the big deal around here. But you can't put everything on the back of Grant Hill. There's more people out here that my age and older. They could care less about Grant Hill. You know what I'm saying? They want that 84 runner. They want that Target in that Manila colorway in Italian leather type. You know what I'm saying? High quality drop, and I think that they could pull it off. So, but that was the second status shoe. Now, see, here we finna go. I wish my man Professor was in here because he would get a kick. He would get a kick out of this. Now, and the third status shoe, as we went into mid 80s around the Detroit area, you used to have to take a ride to get these, and if you didn't have good license, you couldn't get them. Which was the Gucci 84 tennis.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Now, this is not an original because I wore mine until they fell apart. But this is the one that released recently, and I have found myself arguing with more young boys about this shoe than anything else. Because you know the first thing they say to me, "Oh man, Gucci copy Jay-Z's shoe."
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to say that's not an S dot. I was about to say that's not an S dot.
No, big fella.
Are you kidding me, man? I mean, I've actually had dudes come on posts or, you know what I'm saying, just in passing or conversations that Gucci, you understand me, copy Jay-Z's S. Carter Reebok.
So then you had to put your professor hat on and school him, right?
No, I just had to walk. That's one of them, like my wife's show, Modern Family. I can't do nothing but say we done here and walk away from that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Because I can't, and it's not me being an elitist. Because a lot of people, because I'm so quiet, a lot of people think that I'm funny acting. It's not that, but it's just like, bro, if I can't educate you to know what an 84 tennis is, and you think that Gucci, you understand, one of the original high-end fashion houses copied Jay-Z's shoe, the conversation is just not there for me. You know what I'm saying? The conversation is just it's not working. So that was go ahead.
On that Gucci, was that hard to get at that time?
What, in 84?
No, not in 84. I'm just saying the re-release.
No, no, because we got Gucci shop out here.
Okay.
That's where we went back in 84. Because back then I went through, it was levels to the Gucci shoe back then. Like that one, you started off entry level with leather and canvas, low top, which then you went to the next level, which was all leather. Then you went to the next level, which was the high top. You know what I'm saying? And then when the son took over the company, he fucked the whole thing up when he released those moon boot versions of it, and I was done after that.
Right.
So I quit fucking with him after that. But
real quick, bro,
go ahead.
We got a request from Hoss Flair. He wanted to know if you have your Forest Hills. He said he's an ex-football hooligan, and that's a terrace grail for him.
Yeah, I got the white. These are reissues though, but they're not the original. The original Forest Hills, I can't get to them right now. But I got the reissue of the white and Forest Hill gold and the black and the Forest Hill gold. I don't have them down here.
Okay.
But no, I didn't because I didn't think that was the art. You know what I'm saying? That's the other side. That's the other side of the pond audience, the Forest Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dope shoe though. I think that it's not a shoe meant for weather anything because it has 3 hole vents in the front of the sole that lets air come up through mesh in the bottom of it. Dope design, and I like them because it's almost like a little bit more boxy Stan Smith in my opinion. And then I like the gold and I like the Queen's backstory to it, so I ride with it. Any other questions?
We gotta make sure we don't get that cross the water confused with the cross the waters.
Yeah.
Copy that. Across the pond. How about we go? With that?
There we go.
All right. So
I got a question right quick.
Go
ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. They ain't going nowhere.
I was gonna ask you, like I always ask a lot of the guests that come on here, how did you get your name?
That's a little tricky because it's in this climate, it's a little racist. So you know what I'm saying? Well, I put it like this: the name that I use on Instagram, it comes from my street nickname. That's what Jay used to call me all the time. He didn't call me my full name. He called me TikTok, and that was how he used to always greet me. TikTok, it don't stop from the song or whatever it is, and that kind of became a running joke. So it just when it came time to get on, because I stayed away from social media for a long time. I don't think I've been on social media maybe Instagram anyway, maybe 6 years, if that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was brought to me as you get a way to show your shoes, because for me
Right.
it's just like Scrooge McDuck, just me sitting in the middle of my shoes and enjoying them. There was no other audience for them, and it didn't bother me, but I think I enjoy the camaraderie with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
I don't need a
Thanks.
million followers. I've done it twice now. As soon as I break 1,000 followers, I go through and start blocking and deleting people that I don't feel that we interact like that. You know what I'm saying? If we not really I don't need a bunch of people I don't need voyeurs. I need people that can educate me
Mm-hmm.
and help me build a network. That's
Right.
that's why I'm on
Hey,
social media.
I wanted to tell you too, man. I appreciate you shooting me that link. You know what I mean, the other day.
That's
Because
all love, man.
I shot it out to a couple people and they was able to score. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So
because
that was much love right
I
there.
talked to the guy after that. He was like, somehow the link made it over. He's like an Asian dude, came on there and bought 20 pairs like that.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah. See, 'cause and that's my brother, but his end of the sneaker versus, the Yeezy shit, the new hype shit. And
Right.
it's for him to say, a Reebok is gonna move like that. It's kind of like, nah, ain't no way. But we getting him to the point where he understand that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and show what you was gonna show.
Okay. Well, then Detroit after the Gucci, a lot of people. I think in this day and age, there are so many labels put on somebody. I was reading something about one of those young Nego guys. He bought somebody's sneaker collection or something, and it was just a lot of back and forth about, oh, he's not a sneakerhead, he was designer. We've gotten to the point now where there's subcultures inside of the sneaker culture that he wasn't a sneakerhead just because he was wearing designer.
Mm-hmm.
But as I just showed you, we was wearing designers in the 80s. I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's part of the game.
Right.
And with the advent of Gucci, because Gucci, I mean, for one, Gucci didn't want us out there. Gucci didn't want us wearing their shoe.
No, not at all.
They didn't, because when we had to go to buy that shoe, oh man, that was, if you wasn't right, you had to send somebody else out there to get them $200-$300 shoes. You couldn't even go buy your own shoe.
Mm.
But we've been wearing designers for a while. Shout out to Dapper Dan, changed the game
Mm-hmm.
with that. But with the
Mm-hmm.
advent of the Gucci, then Bally came on the scene.
That's another one.
Bally came on the scene, and
That's another one.
a lot of people said that Bally just did that because Gucci was doing it. But in my opinion, the Bally shoe was always dope.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't even front. The Bally shoe was just always dope to me. It was a quality shoe. These are reissues again, and shout out to Swiss Beats for his part that he played in getting this shoe to production and his support of the entire new Bally line that came out behind it as far as athletic shoe. But dope shoe. So you still talking the same time frame, A4, A5, A6. We was rocking designers, corner boy, street boy, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
We was rocking designers before, even though the hip hop, Slick Rick and them, they laid the foundation for letting us know it was okay to wear Bally's as a sneaker and even hard sole or suede shoe. But
Right.
it's funny to me because like every time I look at this shoe, see on the earlier Concords, the Adidas Concords and the Fila T1, this was
Yep.
classic 80s tennis shoe right here. Those
Mm-hmm.
plastic eyelets,
Yep.
classic tennis design
Those
right there.
D-rings. Yep.
So if you got one of the top 10 fashion houses putting it on their shoe, that my opinion, that lets you know how much our buying power influences the decisions that they make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they can write us off as people that just wear gym shoes, but to me, that's like seeing 20-inch rims on a Dodge Ram truck right now. 20-inch rims is on. That's a fact. 20-inch rims is on a production vehicle right now because Cash Money told you it was okay to buy big rims.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, then after that, it was kind of, I don't know. The 80s was a little bit different. Yeah, that's dumb.
So let me say this
different.
right quick.
Let me
say this right quick. So for you, Would the
Mhm.
80s sneakers be the best or the 90s sneakers be the best for you?
From a quality standpoint and availability standpoint, 80s all day.
All right.
Any shoe that I wanted in the 80s, I could walk into a Foot Locker, that front lease line or the shoe wall, and buy what I wanted weeks or months after the release date. So
Mm.
that's why I say hey, availability and quality. You know what I'm saying? Italian leather, even though it probably wasn't Italian leather or made in France. I just had a discussion with a young man or an older guy just about like made in France didn't mean shit, but it was like you see something that say made in China or made in USA. That was just a country of origin tagline, and Adidas took it and ran with it. And us in the United States thought we had something special. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? We thought we had some high end shit because it came from France. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hey, especially the France and Italian.
Oh, come on, man.
Man,
Italian that being professors talk about that all the time, man. You put Italian leather on a shoe back in the 80s and you up the street value of that shoe that quick. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? That's what made Fila, because Fila wasn't new to the game. Let's be clear. Mrs. Garrett and what's the short dude's name from Different Stroke?
Oh, Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman, his character, and Mrs. Garrett in those shows. I remember watching a Facts of Life episode where Mrs. Garrett was rocking a velour Fila tracksuit coming from the gym.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fila been around, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But here's another. Here's a quick trivia. A lot of people, I don't know if they do or don't know. Who was the first major sneaker company to do a car collaboration?
Fila.
Fila Thunderbird, baby.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got that from Fila Fresh 313.
Fila Thunderbird, baby. Come on, man. That's like, to me, that's another one of those, even though it was Borg and the tennis and all of that, I don't care how they want to word it. He was across the pond player. He didn't know nothing about the Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company saw what was going on here and they put two and two together and said, hey, what can we do? Fila
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbird was that to me. If I ever get to the point in life where I have a big enough sneaker room that can hold a car, I will be the only dude with a Fila Thunderbird in his fucking sneaker room. I guarantee you that. If I gotta have him take it apart or build a sneaker room around it, I will have because it's a dope car. Like it was because
Yeah.
one of the guys I went to high school with and a couple of boys in the neighborhood had one when I was coming up. But I've been in one. Restore what it's a dope car. And it's a
I
Fila
seen pictures on it
Thunderbird.
when 313 Fila Fresh.
Absolutely.
I seen the pictures on it. I was like, yeah, man, I think that was just ahead of the time, man.
Yeah, it was, because
Exactly.
then you got to figure around then you had like that Nartica, they did that Nartica something, whatever it did. Then Eddie Bauer jumped on the Ford stuff, and then you had the
Mm-hmm.
Cartier Lincoln. So it became a thing after that. Fila Thunderbird
Right.
set the trend, in my opinion. That's just me.
Gotcha.
Then the 80s, I mean, you brought that up.
That laugh is sinister, ain't
That sounds like a mad,
Well,
a
it? You
mad
ain't lying.
situation.
because we we
Ooh.
we talked earlier about and these are the conversations that I like to have. For those that
I
don't
need
know, which
that.
everybody should, this and it's a little bit this
Fleetwood.
is original shoe. This is no reissue. Like the tongue is deteriorating now. This is a Run DMC El Dorado.
Wow.
Made in the box around here somewhere, made in France, El Dorado. So this is one of those sneaker game changing moments for me, in my opinion. There aren't a lot of them. Michael Jordan is one. Everything that he did for the culture and everybody that's tried to duplicate his success. The second would be Run DMC, because for the world, this was the first time outside of the neighborhoods and in the communities that a shoe was seen as a statement fashion shoe. Even though this is a basketball shoe, Run DMC didn't play basketball.
No, not at
Mhm.
all.
The only thing you had comparable at the time was Patrick Ewing associated, which one of his is around here somewhere too.
And his came out in '86 too.
Yeah, so Ewing, and they know that's a Ewing too.
That's
They
Ewing
don't
now.
say
That ain't no
Adidas
Adidas
on it.
there.
Right, that's the Ewing. So
That's
we
Ewing.
clear on that. These two shoes right here, even though Pat was playing, but in could together, what was on the market at the time, this was all fashion. The Ewing sweatshirt, the Adidas Run DMC sweatshirt.
Lord have mercy.
Lord
Like-
have mercy.
Lord
Man, they don't
have
understand, man. They don't
mercy.
understand, bro.
What
That shit
young
was done.
Lord have mercy.
what young man didn't want to go into Foot Locker at the time and have this with this shoe in this tracksuit? Because that's an 80s tracksuit right there.
I see the
It's
3
leather.
stripes.
This
I
leather.
see the 3 stripes.
right. You know what I'm saying? That you're not finna tell me that there was any sports association with this product line or this shoe, right?
Hey, that's that stick-up
Shoot.
kid look right there.
Exactly. So
How old is that
was
tracksuit?
that's an 80, that's an 86, 85, 80,
Man, you
86.
see how the leather looked on there black?
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
you gotta treat it though. Every couple of years you gotta treat it to keep it supple.
Mhm.
Because it'll stiffen up on you.
Lord have mercy.
A little and it'll bring it
Hey,
right
bro.
on back.
Hey, when you pulled that out, I already knew what that was because I saw
Yeah,
that tag. I was like, "That's not a reproduction right there."
Oh no. So for me, that was number two. Run DMC and what they accomplished. I don't like to hit on them too much, but still, just from a sneakerhead standpoint,
Yeah.
after the Jordan changed the game. Run DMC
Yeah.
shifted.
Didn't the Adidas guy, from what I've heard, he went to a Run DMC concert and they was holding the superstar or the Adidas up in the air.
Yep.
And
that's what got the deal. That's what got, because the deal, it was on the table, but that show is what sealed the deal. You know what I'm saying? To the first hip hop non-athletic endorsement deal.
right.
That show sealed the deal when they did my Adidas on the stage and everybody in the reps saw, because Adidas is notorious for that. That you gotta, either they really bad at understanding what's gonna work and what's not gonna work, or you almost have to pound it into their head to get them to believe what will work. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think that's how it is with a lot of brands nowadays. Brands that we came up on back in the day, like you were saying, like Fila, Reebok, Adidas. They could dig into the archives and put out so much stuff, but
Right.
I don't know, for some reason they just won't give us what we want.
Well, see, a lot of that though is production things, because like I think it's a pair around here. Hold on. Let me see. Like, if you ever had a pair of top 10s back in the day. Nope, that's not them. If you ever had a pair of top 10s in the back, there we go.
He got shoes just lined up around him.
Papa, you get half my check for that, good brother, please, sir.
You ain't lying.
Now, the original tongue on the top 10, this goes to why they won't make what we want. That's an original VH. I bet nobody ever even paid attention to those initials down in the corner on that original tag. Is VH right there. But that's the tagline that was released on Gen 1.2, 1.5, we like to call it, because there is another shoe with a blue tag, a blue tongue badge that we believe was just a player issue before they actually released them to the public. But that would be an original tongue badge. This is a 1980s made in Morocco pair. Non-suede toe. So this would be like, we would call this probably a Gen 2, because it didn't have a suede toe, but it still had the same narrow form, the taper form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is a 1980 shoe. This shoe is excuse my language, this shoe is indestructible.
No, you good, man.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing that happened to this shoe is that the foam has deteriorated. But other than that, that's the same vinyl from 1980. That's the same leather, same sole. Sole ain't even really got hard. I got a form in there, but the sole has not even got hard or even thought about separating or deteriorating. But back, I got sidetracked.
No, you good, man. That shoe looks like they just made that shoe.
That text and that artwork doesn't belong to Adidas from the way it's explained to me. It's owned by the artist, VH. That's why the majority of the newer top 10s.
Message.
One of them around here somewhere. This is a rebound. The newer top 10s and the rebounds they're missing that. I think the last time you might have saw it on a shoe was 2008 or whatever it was. But that goes back to why they don't produce what they want, because they got a lot of stuff in the vault, in the archive, but a lot of the true forms they don't have anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like patchwork. You know what I'm saying? What
Uh-huh.
can we do? What can we do to produce something close to what we had out back then? And will it work? That's always the question. So that's where you get these goofy ass designs, somebody's reinvented or reinterpreted design on the top. I got top 10s around here. You wouldn't even believe that they put the name top 10 on. Like if somebody didn't tell you it was a top 10 or you didn't see it on the tongue badge, you'd be like, nah, I'm not, you know. And that goes for every shoe. Like the rebound. That's another perfect example. The OGs do not like you to call this shoe a top 10. Let's be clear.
Right.
This is a rebound. The rebound, and the reason I think that they went with this as a shoe, because the original rebound only released one time back in the 70s. And when it released in the top 10 colorway. But it was a canvas and suede shoe with the heel counter, but in the top 10 colorway, and it had a superstar sole on it.
Mm.
It didn't have a top 10 sole, you know, the top 10 sole that Rick Barry designed, which is basically a superstar sole, except for that pivot ball or whatever they call it. That's a super. If you look at the bottom of a superstar, this is a superstar sole, except for that right there.
Yeah, that's a fact. I can see it. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think what it was when these came back, and if you Jordan fans will recognize this colorway.
That's what I'm looking at.
Shattered backboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thought process is that the top 10 was the closest OG shoe that they had to an Air Jordan 1 form.
Right.
Okay.
What can we do to try to capitalize on that market? Because the regular top 10 colorway, without that heel counter, that panel, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't just put a color, because if you notice, the toe kicks are different. See how the toe kick comes all the way back around?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
It's
that one was much shorter.
Well, it's not. It doesn't even come back. The heel pat, the toe kick on that comes all the way back to the stripes.
Right.
That's what makes the toe a separate panel. It allows you to create that different color, which is Jordan 1 dunkish type of look.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the top 10 people didn't buy it when they dropped it. It wasn't until this shoe in the Royal that the sneaker magazines even picked it up. And the only reason they picked it up as a novelty to say that Adidas was releasing shattered backboard top 10s or Royal top 10. So, you know, it's a lot of ins and outs to that, you know, to that mess. But
okay. Well, let me ask you this. You know, with all the recent stuff going on, you know, it's been hard to get shoes, just period. How has that affected you with with buying Adidas? Because I feel like, you know, Adidas kind of up under the radar. Let me put it like this. Normally when you see people, you know, showing, unless I guess I might not be following the right people also, but you see more Jordan brand, you know, more Nike stuff. You know,
I agree.
You know, pretty much what you see. How hard has it become for you? Because they have been releasing a lot of forms lately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
And
how hard has that been for you?
Well, it depends on the shoe. I'll say that. I don't have a colorway, but I give you two perfect examples of difficulty of shoe. Most times for the top 10, and historically for the form, not really an issue. You know what I'm saying? The majority of people, we lazy cops. Shoe drop, yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. Some people even wait till we go red tag till it's marked down. It's not historically. You got a small amount of people that rush to get the shoe, and those are, you know, the fools like this. I ain't gonna say fools, that's the wrong word. The people with problems like me, you know what I'm saying? Yes, there's the small chunk that has to happen first, but historically, in my opinion, I haven't really, unless it was an exclusive drop or it was branded as such, but just a basic GR inline shoe, historically not really been an issue. Now, last year, when Adidas got back with Star Wars, they did that Boba Fett shoe and that
Mm-hmm.
C3PO.
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett changed the game, completely changed the game. Boba Fett sold out, I want to say, in a minute and a half. And that's still conversation around the Adidas table right now is how did that happen? How did we sell out? They didn't even anticipate, and that became the conversation now with top 10s. Like, what's the anticipated sellout? Right after that, it's not the exact colorway, but Rebound, the top 10 Rebound, then like the next day or a couple days after, they came out with a high-end Rebound. Some of us call it the nappy Rebound or the Lux Rebound. The colorway in question, this is white and hot, nice nappy suede there, suede on the tongue. This is one of the few Rebounds that everybody likes. Was this particular one because of the Lux materials and the particular colorway. Now the white and gray one released on the US site, and we were calling it the Boba Fett Rebound. Sold out in a minute. Directly after that, a female version of the Rebound dropped, sold out in a minute. So Boba Fett for us changed the game. Absolutely did. Now I think that Boba Fett and with the form, has brought a lot more attention from people that don't normally move in the 80s style platform basketball shoes. It brought a lot of attention to them. And I think that it's causing issues for people that actually want the shoes. Because if you go on, if you went on eBay right now, you would find a ton of Boba Fett's and C3POs listed, and they've been listed ever since the Boba Fett dropped. Because everybody thought they had the new $1,000 shoe, which it's a nice shoe, it's a dope shoe, high quality shoe. But will it ever be $1,000 top 10? No, not in my opinion. Because it's not like it's not the Hawk
Hold on. He
or
just
the
pull out
regular
an
line.
you pull out an action figure.
Did you see how he did it though?
Yeah, I know. that Dr. Evil laugh.
Boy.
This right here, in my opinion, what they did with this retro Hasbro, those of us that's old enough.
Yeah, I remember them.
What they did with this packaging, and this was the best collaboration outside of the Adidas 35th anniversary, modern day collaboration ever. I remember when these shoes dropped, these pairs individually were selling for $5,000 a piece on eBay.
Ooh.
$5,000 a piece on eBay. Dope shoes.
Man, what's the back say?
Oh, that's was telling you what shoes came in the blister packs, which was the Micro Racer, the Sky, because these aren't top 10s now. These are SWs. Can't even call them Skywalkers because they used to be called Skywalkers, but long story short, they went with SW. So these, and with the play on being loops, Skywalkers. So it was SW, and then they had the Super Skate, the ZX Boat, the Micro Pay. That's just telling you most of these shoes came in the blister package.
And those didn't come in a box. They came just like that.
No, they came in a box.
Okay.
It's a box that these set down inside.
Gotcha. Okay.
There was a box to each shoe. I think I only have one of the boxes left because they normally just sit standing straight up or hanging up on a nail. And for if you know any Adidas collectors, almost every single Adidas collector has one pair of these maybe not the top 10s, but one pair of these blister packs sitting up on a shelf or hanging on a wall in their sneaker room. Absolutely. Now that's $1,000 shoe. Yeah. Absolutely. Boba Fett, C3PO. Nah, that's an outfit shoe. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's got a story to go with it, but it will never be what the resellers thought it was, which created the problem.
That packaging is crazy, bro. Because I used to have Star Wars when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I still got. I was in the country at my grandma's house. She still got my Ewok, the original Ewok village.
Yep.
From Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. I got the sliding lightsaber boys around here with the vinyl capes. Yeah. See, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's when somebody I had a conversation with some guys at the 313 day. in my opinion, you can always tell when there's somebody at the table that was around when Top Tens came out, or that was around when Star Wars came out. Because whoever was involved with this knew what was going on. They
Mm-hmm.
knew that there was a Skywalker from back in the day.
Mm.
They knew the blister pack would be fucking amazing as far as a packaging standpoint. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
can't duplicate that. You can't go back and you can't go back to the Boba Fett, even though the Boba Fett was the only one with that drop, because it was I think it was it Lando Calrissian, because the first Star Wars pack, it was just a regular box, Star Wars box, but then the Boba Fett pack had a clear cutout in it. So they tried to kind of get close to it, and it had a little hole, a nail hanger, whatever, but nothing like that right there at all. Back to the point is, I think that with addition to the that peacock blue form, which again is the Jordan Zero in Adidas circles, is creating more of a buzz around those platforms than there has been there previously. Now, there's always been a buzz in our community. You know what I'm saying? For us, the guys that collect it, oh yeah, we got to have it where it's coming out at. But as far as the sneaker community as a whole, I think that what they're doing with the form right now, and Beyonce, I can't say that she didn't have a hand in that also. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that they forced that form on her to bring some attention to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. My personal opinion is I don't think that the form would have been her first choice in shoe.
Nah.
But you know, it's working because I know you got the. I know Hop, you got the indigos, right? You got the indigos,
Right,
Black.
right.
No, I don't have
You
them
didn't get
yet.
the indigo. Did you get the blue
I,
threads or the orbit grays?
I got the blue threads.
You
That's a
got the
damn
blue
show.
thread. So right. So you know what I'm saying? Out of the three of us here, it's like one got one got. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the 80 Form 84 in itself is changing the game even more as we speak for Adidas original platform. Because
Well, you just talking about the quality alone
oh
and the attention to the craftsmanship and detail.
yeah,
I mean, every time I pull that shoe out, man, I smell greatness.
Man, yes, sir.
You know?
it's a it's
The
it's a shoe
quality.
that the quality on that shoe, man, and all of the 84s, even because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Form Low fan, but anything that's being tagged as an 84 low is all the same source material. So if you see that 84, like the mids, that other shit that they got out there right now, I still got the ones from 2015 or whatever. They still got tags on them when they did that mid redefined pack. It's the same shoe in my opinion with the silver. It's just got the silver the silver swash across the collar, but I can do without those. I never copped them. I don't think I'm gonna cop them.
I
It's
got a
not.
question. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Finish.
No,
Finish
no.
what you're saying.
I was about to say it's back to what Black was saying. It's not the same quality. It's and me and a couple of my guys. It's a completely different vent hole pattern on the toe box too. Just go on Adidas.com and zoom in, or look at the pair you got. Look at the vent pattern on the toe box of the 84, and look at the vent pattern on the current mids that's out.
Totally
I'll
different.
pass. I'm totally different, and it's not. No, I'm good.
And then, hold on, wait.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Another thing with the forms that they did that I like is just the packaging alone. You got a slide out box. I mean, that's something different from Adidas that I know of. Them taking each shoe and wrapping them up. To me, that's just like, paying attention to details, making sure like you're one of the first people to hold this shoe outside of, what I mean? It's like,
It made you feel special.
Special.
it did. I
Yeah.
was so happy when I got it, bro. Like when I got it in hand, I was like, oh yeah, this ain't never leaving. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
saying?
That
Yeah.
This ain't
indigo
never
was
leaving.
wrapped up in two types of paper.
Well,
They had the
and
white paper on it.
have you worn your indigos yet?
I worn them one time, but that dye will transfer on it.
Well, it ain't gonna transfer. It's not me hating because I love the shoe, but I've been trying to forewarn everybody. Each one of those shoes was born as a white on white form. Basically, the white Orbit
Right.
gray that's out right now. They cut the shoe as a white on white. It was born as a white on white. After they cut the shoe, they individually hand dyed each panel and then assembled it. And if you look at the shoe, you can see, some of the slight defect where it was born as a white.
Yeah.
The one downside to that is instead of sourcing a blue sole, they hand dyed this white sole. So
Ah,
that blue is coming off that sole. That's the point I'm trying to get
Yeah,
to.
you could see in some of the stitching,
Yeah,
like you
the
can see
white.
like right, you can see a little bit of
Yeah.
the white.
So it's
You see a
just
little bit of the white.
just a forewarn, because a lot of people got pissed after they wore them a couple of times. It was like, damn, that was some bullshit. But to me, I think it adds character to the shoe.
Right,
It's
it's
part of the
different.
story, right? You know, when I see a dude with a pair of Indigos on, I can tell how many times he wore them by the color of that sole. If the bottom
Yeah,
of that sole, if that outsole is white, he don't wear them more than 2 or 3 times.
mm-hmm. You
That's
got
just
that
my
rub off effect like
yeah. It's not an instant
Chicago's
rub off.
LA's.
Exactly right, but it's not an instant thing. But it's just a lot of people were disappointed because the rest of the shoe is such a high quality. That one design element, you know what I'm saying? But for the
Right.
guys that love the shoe, we don't care. We're not wearing
yeah,
it.
it's a
We're not
clean
wearing
shoe.
it 15 times out of the year anyway.
Nah,
Right.
nah.
You had anything else you wanted to add, Black?
Yeah. As far as what's coming out for the calendar, just say within the next 4 to 5 months, is it
Mm-hmm.
something that you can share with
No,
us? Okay.
no.
Okay.
Say
Hey.
less.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
Say
well,
less.
well,
Shout out to Cadillac Jackson.
I can give you some numbers. I can give you some numbers, but not design elements.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll take
There's
that.
a there's
Yeah,
a there's at least oh shit. No. I want maybe 7 to 8 different forms for sure. There's a fall line. Um, I can't really, but it's a fall line. I'll just say that. You know, some people can take fall and make it work what fall usually equates to. Um, there's another 84 coming, slightly different colorway.
Is it the high?
Yeah, 84 high. So
Okay.
84 high coming. For the top 10 guys, they're probably still I want to say 3 or 4 rebounds in the pipe that didn't drop from 2019. And I'm trying to figure out. We just actually found the tie-dye one on Shoebecker. Like Shoebecker must have bought it from Adidas after it cleared out of the bonded warehouse from being held up from the pandemic, because that the tie-dye rebound was part of the activation pack from 2020 that just got released on Shoebecker. But there's some rebounds coming, and it's probably 4 or 5 top 10s coming. Trae Young, he should have another. That was one. Just before we go any further, just so we know, now for everybody out there, the past couple weeks that cop these shoes, I need y'all. This is a Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 patent leather. Patent leather in top 10 is always going to be top tier for the top 10 guys anyway. Top tier shoe, absolutely. And what's his name? Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
This is his shoe. This is a
Is it like a
rebound, though.
nubuck? Is that like a nubuck?
Nubuck. Yep, this is Nubuck
Okay.
in here and up on the collar, but this is a rebound. Note, like I said, it's easier to see with that white. You can tell from that it's a rebound.
Mm-hmm.
That design element in the heel counter makes it a rebound. His logo up there, and but not really so much about the shoes themselves, but what it means. These are the first 2 top 10 signature top 10s of any active NBA player. And it's 2021. And this shoe came out in 1979.
Wow.
The Rick Barry top 10, the 1980 ones I showed, he was just signed on as a design consultant. That was never his shoe.
Yeah,
There's
his name was never attached to that shoe.
Exactly. There's never been an NBA player's name attached to, except for, the top 10 pros that's on the paperwork. But a signature shoe, these are the first 2 signature top 10s produced ever for an active NBA player. To me, that makes these major, because that has always been the conversation in the circles of guys when it's, years past when top 10s were completely off the market. All they got to do is get an active NBA player to wear a top 10 on the court, and then everybody will want a pair.
There it is.
Even though I don't see Trae or Donovan pounding the hardwood in that, because that shoe ain't changed since the 70s. You ain't playing no 48 minutes in that fucking shoe. But you know what I'm saying? It's just a thought process that, okay, let's try to this is the way we can bring the newer generation over to the OG platform. 2 hot players, I know for a fact that Trey should have 2 more shoes coming out. 2 more. I can't really speak on what the collabs are, but he got 2 more shoes coming out, which I'm excited about because I think those collabs are going to be dope. I'm not sure about Donovan, but yeah. So it's still 2021 and 2022 will be the year of the form, no question. You will see forms now, whether you like them all or not, but you should see forms in the mid Q2, Q3, 2022, I think. Then they'll
Okay.
start, if the Concords double back, I really don't know how that's gonna play out because Concord should have been out now. So
That's
I
what
don't know how
Chris
that's gonna
Neely
play
said.
out.
He said you need more Adidas Concords back out. That's what Chris
Oh yeah,
Neely said.
because they did. I didn't even bring none of them down here. They did the Concords. The Concords was up with the 35th anniversary top 10s, which was post 2014 All-Star Weekend, and they had 12 pairs come out. They scrapped one, the lost one. It was supposed to be a Detroit Tigers orange patent leather. So they had the navy blue, the Lions blue, white and black patent leather, and they had a couple other faux snakeskin print ones, but the orange one, they scrapped that. That's the one that I haven't even been able to locate a sample of that. I almost had a customizer guy make me a pair just so I had a full set, but
Right.
didn't work out. He wanted way too much money. I'm good. But
Got it. Well, we had a question from the chat. Tracy Malone, he wanted to know because you were just talking about the collabs. This question says there's a lot of collabs with boutiques. Do you see more of that happening?
Well, how can I say?
If you can't answer it,
well, no, because I know what collabs he's talking about. After the social issues that were going on in the country and some of the practices that Adidas came to light, a lot of those limited shoes that came out recently, Foot Patrol, Bodega, sneakers and stuff, because the forum drop was supposed to be led the way. I think it was 13 stores in total. They all got 300 shoes. They were numbered. They were limited. The thought process is that each store, part of their social justice program, would get these free shoes, and you couldn't buy the shoe, but you can make a donation to their particular charity to enter the raffle. That's how they were supposed to distribute them. That was different for them on such other than a superstar. They've never done anything like that outside of Undefeated, maybe, and Neighborhood and Nego. They haven't really done a lot of collabs with OG platforms. I think it worked on some level, but the cost of producing a high-end all-leather shoe today is not what it was in the 80s. So that's where the collabs get tricky, especially on Consortium. Consortium is, that's the top tier when it comes to Adidas. Mm-hmm. Consortium collaborations, there is no higher. But there are specific guidelines when it comes to Consortium drops. High-end, high-quality source material, and those shoes are not cheap to produce. So I don't know if there will be a lot of collabs that the majority of us that move in Adidas circles are used to as far as high-end. I think with the success of the Snipes drop the other day and the demand for some of these limited shoes in the secondary market right now, I think that a lot of the Consortium stores or some of these other boutiques will try to get in that loop of I want my own shoe. I think that that's going to be the next wave. I want my own shoe, and the different, some of the other streetwear brands might try to, especially with old boy from Fear of God coming in, but you won't see a shoe from him. You won't see a shoe from him till 2023, 2024, or whatever. You'll see clothes from him, probably next year, into this year, but no shoes from him till 2 or 3 years out. But I think with his association with the brand, you'll start to see a lot of other streetwear. Cause 2000, Tracy, leaders. Oh my God, Chicago 2020 All-Star Game weekend. Mm-hmm. Man, There's so much you don't even understand what came out of Chicago. It's so much of that shit came because the pandemic changed so much. It's so much shit that came out like Jenny Jones. That's like not Jen, Jasmine Jones. Her top 10
Mm-hmm.
is holding the most resale value right now in the top 10 game. I mean, they're still sitting on StockX for 220, 230. This is a young lady that just used to work at Adidas that became a manager that was from Chicago to design the shoe. Dope top 10. You know what I'm saying? Because Adidas is like that's their Midwest hub in Chicago. So they came hard. And a lot of those sneaker boutiques got collabs, but the pandemic kind of fucked the hype up to it. So it was limited to a lot of insiders. If you knew somebody, now I ain't gonna call it back door, but a lot of that stuff really didn't get out. So I think if the answer is question, I think that the stores that understand their customers are absolutely going to try to get in on that, limited to my store. But I don't know if a lot of them had that buying power. That's the only thing. Because if you can't show Adidas that, you can move
Yeah,
10, 15,000 shoes, it ain't going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I got one more question, Black.
Go
Because
ahead.
we about at the hour and a half mark. I know we've been talking like about the originals and stuff. How do you feel about the Yeezy line? Okay then.
Oh, that's that turtle dove too.
What do you think about
not turtle,
the boost
Pirate Black.
technology?
That's the Pirate Black.
Pirate Black. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. See, he got the OG. Is that the OG or the
That's
2.0?
the OG. That's the OG.
Yeah, that's the one that's going for money.
Yeah. So here's my thing with the Yeezy thing, and we kind of talked about that earlier. I'm all for the new stuff. The new stuff and the old stuff, I rolls with it. One of the main reasons I roll with this shoe right now is we all came up in the birth of the Soul Tech. Can any of you honestly ever tell me that any of the Nike Airs felt different on feet than an Air Force One or a hard sole rubber shoe? I mean, just honestly, to me, they did.
It depends. I think later on it got different when they started expanding the different air technology, stuff like that. But I do feel like you can definitely tell when one has air in it and one doesn't. Because I have a couple of SBs. I mean, a couple of Dunks that don't have the air technology in it,
and it's different to you.
And it feels a little bit different. You can tell a difference. You can tell a difference.
See, I'm not a big Nike, but back in the day, like I said, I got a pair of those. Black missed that. I got a pair of Air Force Ones around here. I know Black might like, but to me, number 2 most comfortable shoe I've ever owned in my life. I ain't even gonna front. It ain't no need me even fronting about it. It's a double-edged sword, though. This is another one of those game changers. The only one I skipped as far as game changers was the Staples Dunk. The Staples Dunk made it okay to spend $3,000-$4,000 on a shoe. Y'all understand that, right? Outside of a Jordan game worn shoe, the Staples Dunk made it okay for Kanye to have a lock on the game that he did. When the Turtle Dove first was mocked up, we laughed. The Turtle Dove, in everybody's opinion, was going to be a red tag shoe or table shoe. Wasn't going to make it. The Dunk made it okay for guys to spend that type of money on that shoe. I think that this is a curse and a sin. I think that it's good because it brings. I tell people about this shoe. There will be in years to come, our age guys sitting on a computer trying to find an original Pirate Black because he had it or didn't have it when he was in his 20s. That's how the culture, you know what I'm saying? The resellers and all that, they kind of got the game fucked up. But that shoe right there that's the next generation of the sneaker game. Them guys is wearing, these canvas shoes ain't gonna be out here looking for top 10s or Fila T1s. They're gonna be looking for what was hot with them when they came up. Us old heads can't be so dismissive to the next wave. We ain't gotta like it, but we gotta understand that, without change, shit died. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If it don't change, it ain't gonna grow.
That's right.
And without growth, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Then it's just I don't have no problem with sitting around and kicking it with guys my age about sneakers for hours every day. But something, God forbid, happened to me. That's the end of my story in the sneaker game. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that my wife, she's selling it all for what she think is supposed to be worth. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? And she's sitting right here laughing because she know it's true. The dudes is wearing Yeezys and it, they have no care in their heart about what the 80s meant to us.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example is all the guys that was wearing Chuck Taylors, Pro Kids, Batter Bullets, PF Flyers. How crazy did we look to them in the 80s wearing Adidas with no shoestrings and Pumas with fat laces in them? You know what I'm saying? We look just as crazy to them as
Black,
these
you're muted.
motherfuckers in the Yeezys. These Yeezys look to us now.
Right.
Exactly. So, like you said, it changes, every so often. If it don't evolve, it's like you said, it just
Right.
dies.
But
Yeah.
it's got to be, from my experience, it's got to be something this worthy of a game change for it to change. So if you watch it I know there's probably more because I'm not like anything is not my area expertise. I don't know about, but those are just my opinions. Michael Jordan, Run DMC, Jeff Staples, and Wex and Yeezy combined, those were the pivotal points. And if you look at each one of those moments, that's where the game changed. Everybody is
Hmm.
still chasing the success of Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jordan can drop the same shoe a year apart and switch an eyelid, and it's still gonna be sold out. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. That is a
Yeah.
Still
fact.
go, and I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I was there. It doesn't bother me that guys is fuck rocking with Jordans that never saw Jordan play. Okay, they like the sneakers because it becomes a generational thing. At least, if nothing else, the Jordan aspect of the game is gonna go on long past any of us.
Right.
You got to figure what 60% maybe now, 60% of the Jordan hype. They never saw Jordan play a game, and if they did, he was on the fucking Wizards. You know what I'm saying? Or they didn't see it. They didn't watch the game when he came back with 45. They don't even know he played for the Sox when he retired. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that. All they know is that Travis Scott or DJ
Hmm.
Khaled and his kids, they get the hot shit. They gotta have the hot shit. It's more status now and not functionality than anything else.
That's true.
It is what we made it back in the 80s now more than it ever has been.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody buying Jordans to go run no game in.
Hey,
Hell no.
had them bloody toes like he had.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody. And look, it get mad at you if look, you got motherfuckers taking their shoes off to propose to their wives because they don't want no creases in them. So
You saw that
they out
picture,
here exactly. So they ain't out here running no full court press and
right?
no motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be in Chicago. I think
Ooh.
everybody that got in Chicago is under glass somewhere. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that's cool. I ain't mad
But
at it. A lot of people
when
think that I don't like the Jordan side. It don't bother me.
when Jordans came out, if you had it was almost like that next dope boy shoe.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
absolutely.
exactly what it was. It was that
And
next dope boy shoe.
in my opinion, and I know a lot of guys don't agree, a lot of Jordan guys don't agree with me. The two was dope because of its European designs and all of that. But for me, as a shoe guy, even back then, the two turned me off the Jordan because it didn't have Nike sign on the side. That was part of the status was the Nike swoosh back then, right or wrong. It's like they took away part of the status of the shoe. Now, when the 3 came out,
That was a game changer.
That was a game changer for Jordan.
oh my God! Look, all my Adidas guys they falling out right now. They falling out. Back when this shoe came out, well, this is the free throw line one. I
Still
this
DS.
oh yeah. This right here to me was one of the best, I don't know, concepts that Jordan has done in a long time because it allowed them to poke fun at Jordan. How many
Hmm.
times how many times when y'all came up in the barbershop and then the Nike Air was the only reason that I got them. Fuck that. But that was the only thing that brought me back to the 3. I could care less about, but that.
Them
But how
booty
many
cheeks.
times growing up did you guys get into a heated debate whether Jordan actually stepped on the line or not?
Mhm.
Actually, he jumped further his rookie year than
Right,
he
but
did
you know what I'm
than he did
this
when he
is
had the 3s on. Yeah.
exactly. But that was always a debate. And for me, for the company that the man's name is on to say, "Yep, brother, you stepped on the line," and we
Yeah.
put it in the bottom of the shoe.
They say throw
See,
the
that's
hell out of
what
his
I
ass.
like.
But you know what? That shoe right there may have been made to debunk the myth that he wasn't, he actually stepped on the free throw line.
No, that's
You
what
know?
I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I like about it. It was like the debate was always, did he step on the line?
Yeah.
No, he didn't jump from the free throw line. He stepped on the line. Nigga, you stepped on the line.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I couldn't pass that, more or less that, because they can keep that jump man on the back. That
See,
they
next
keep that
thing you
shit.
know, they're gonna come out with a Jordan 1. You remember when he put the tape down on the free throw line in the Jordan 1? They gonna come out with a piece of
Look,
tape on the Jordan 1.
don't say it too loud, because that'll be the next trophy
You
room.
ain't lying.
Don't
They're
say
gonna be
it
the
too loud.
next
They
hyped
listening.
ass shoe.
They right. Don't y'all
Hey,
watch what you
and
say, brother. They listening.
gonna call them the tape toes.
Exactly. Right. It'd be a trophy room. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be a whole bunch of shit behind it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think for me, well, one other thing, a lot of guys don't get to see this, my Nike side. I done showed y'all a Jordan, but this was the last pair of Air Force Ones that I bought. Purple and gold. We call them the Q Dog. Some people call them the color look different on my screen, but that is
That's
Q
purple and
Dog
gold.
purple and
Mhm.
gold Air Force One mid. I think I want to say 2002, 2003.
Great leather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I will give you that. Nike was making some good quality shoes back then. You couldn't pay me to wear
Mhm.
this right now, though. You know what I'm saying? Just because, but this was one of those shoes. It was just like, I'm not a fan of mids at all, but like you said, it was a quality of leather in the colorway that attracted me to this shoe. And this is the last Air Force One I bought right here. And I've only worn one time. Yeah, one time. But it
That
was in the
still look
box.
good though.
And I figured
Yeah. They do.
I figured I was talking to some Nike guys. I figured I'd pull them out and chop it up about
You
the
know,
old purple and
I'm
gold.
all over the place.
Yeah, he's
You know,
Oh
all
so I
yeah,
over
don't
the
just
and
place.
that's me too. I mean, I
I don't like to
I
stick
didn't
to
get
one
a chance to
brand.
pull them out. Like very underrated
Ooh,
shoe
yes.
couple years ago. There was 2 of these shoes done. It was called the Puma Die Cut. Amazing shoe. The quality on that suede on that shoe was amazing, and the other colorway was a lot more brighter and vibrant.
Hmm.
But I have still yet to see any of my Puma guys with this shoe.
I wonder if Juice Puma got something like that.
Me and him talked about this shoe, and I don't know if he ever tracked it down because I
Mm.
lucked up on both pairs. These and it's another set out there called the Art Deco. When Puma did their anniversary, and that was talked about at the recent Adidas stockholders meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Puma stole so much of Adidas Originals business when the superstar wasn't doing anything. When Puma came out with their 50th anniversary, completely changed the game because they stuck with what they know.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
This Puma suede is the same shoe that's been out for how long, however. It ain't changed. They ain't did nothing with this shoe but put a different colorway application on it. It's still the exact same shoe as it set back in the day. That's why they
Yeah.
win with this shoe. Because they're not trying to make that Puma suede or the Puma, not a Clyde Court. I know that's the new hype shoe. They trying to get that cross section of the Kobe Bryant or Kevin Durant type market. But that Puma suede and Clyde is the same shoe that it was when it dropped.
Right. Exactly.
The old school
Exactly.
guys got more disposable income to spend on shit like that at a reasonable price. That's not $100 shoe.
Yeah.
That's an $80, $90 shoe, inline shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And it beat this $220, except for the comfort. It beat this $220 motherfucker upside the head as far as I'm concerned from a quality standpoint. You know
Yeah.
what
And
I'm
looks
saying?
too.
Absolutely. So
Looks
yeah.
too.
Mhm.
You got
You got
anything
any?
else, Black?
Well, we said we was gonna do a reveal. I hope I ain't got nobody in
Oh
here
yeah.
that
I was
Hold on.
finna
Yeah.
say that. That's what I was getting to. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get to. So, go ahead and
I
get to this
Before
reveal.
Hey, before you do that,
Uh-huh.
TikTok, Feel Fresh 313. He
Yes,
said,
sir. That's my brother out in Vegas, from
he,
Detroit, hanging out in Vegas.
he said, what's your grail pair that you don't have? That means he got them all, Feel.
Nah, cause
And you know, a lot of people throw that word loosely around. You know, the community. You know,
I'll say this. Yeah, they do. For me, because it's multiple pairs. But if you had to line them up in order, because I have them, but I don't have a full set, and it wouldn't be just one shoe. It would be to complete the full set, which is the OG3 top 10 made in France shoe, which is the original colorway, the Indiana, and I think it's the white and silver, or the white on white. But it's three of the original top 10s made in France. And I'm talking about made in France shoes, not no reproduction, none of that shit. I need made in France with this sole leaves no mark stickers on the midsole, the tag from the insole and the bottom. I need the whole that to me, that complete set would be my grill. Yes. And a
Gotcha.
couple other shoes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Black, you say, do you have anything else for him?
well, he's gonna show the reveal. I got
Yeah.
one more.
Go ahead.
So you know, I hate to say it, but if you had to take one shoe with you and leave the rest,
My top 10 goes with me everywhere I go.
which one though?
The original cut. It's not a new shoe, but it's a shoe I take with me everywhere I go around the world. It go in the backpack with me. I got a sneaker backpack. It goes everywhere I go. Anywhere I travel, my top 10 is in that backpack. It's been all over the world with me. Been to the pyramids. It's been to Paris. It's been to Germany. Everywhere I go, I got that pair of top 10 with me. Yep, no doubt. Because when I go, me and my wife had that conversation. When I go, if I go in the fall, you got to bury me in Timberland. If I go in the summer or spring, you got to put me in the top 10. Just
Well,
that
damn.
simple. Just that simple. Shit got to make sense, right?
Yeah, it does. You know, you don't want to be cold in the ground without no
Absolutely. I mean,
Timbs on.
and that, the Tim, because the Tim, I'm a Tim's guy too. That goes back to the New York shit. You know what I'm saying? I love my Timbs. 40 belows, original 40 below.
Gotta have you
Oh
some
my
butters
God.
on.
Man, that most amazing fucking top 10 ever made in history. Even the reissues that they did a couple years back is dope, but it's not an original 40 below. I don't care what they call it. It's not original 40 below. No, but dope shoe.
Right.
Absolutely dope. Yep.
All right. So now it's reveal time.
Yeah, talk to us about what you got there in front of you.
I had to keep checking the numbers and make sure I ain't got nobody gonna tell on me out there. Y'all motherfuckers tell on me. Now, as I said before, was it this year? No, last year, wasn't it? Yeah, this year. No, 2019 was the 50th anniversary of the Superstar. And as you all know, Run DMC's association with the brand Adidas and the Superstar, they put together a little package. The Superstar for the 50th anniversary.
Man,
this is a big son of a bitch.
That mug look heavy.
So this was a friends and family pack. You might have, some of the people that's out there in the sneakerverse have seen this shoe on some of the people that I guess they were blessed enough to get it. Fully leather coated box, solid, clear cut top. This original design was supposed to be actually a record player. Unknown. Well, a lot of people don't know that, but this was supposed to be actually working record player, but Adidas wasn't having. So what it came with was, as you can see right there, it comes with, that's a real vinyl record in there. It's not no bullshit. That's a real Run DMC vinyl record in there.
Beautiful.
At the top of the box on the sliding drawer.
Almost looks platinum.
No,
almost looks like a
clear.
Platinum plaque.
It's clear, yeah, but it's just clear plaque because colored vinyl is all the trend right now. So that was the only good way that you could get that red up there to work. And that's in the top drawer for my brother JMJ. Now in the second drawer, for those that do follow, I don't know if you have any, probably don't have too many Superstar guys in the group, But there were two GR releases of the Run DMC Superstars, the black ones that were kind of mimicked the 2003 pair. And then they did a white pair, which is the GR, because the black pair was originally a sneakers and stuff exclusive. Then the white pair was just with the Run DMC on the tongue, was a GR release that you can pick up anywhere right now.
Mhm.
But the third pair, which was the friends and family pair, was this pair, which featured Jay's image on the back counter on each shoe, and on the tongue of each shoe, the light kind of funny. That's Joe or D or Run on that shoe, and then D was on the other shoe.
I see the glasses.
You
Yeah.
see the glasses,
Yeah,
right? And then that's the insole set.
Oh yeah.
And then J cursive and across the back. But that was the friends and the friends and family shoe. Now another thing that was tried to be done was to bring back a wide release or a limited release of that leather tracksuit. But Adidas strangely was not having it. So what they did.
You need some help, don't you?
You need an assistant. That's what I was gonna say. You need an assistant.
Thank you, wifey.
Right. There you go. There you go.
Thank you, wifey. Shout
So
out
what
to wifey,
they did
man.
was for the people that can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So what they did for the people that was able to, I guess, get it is they did a limited release of the leather tracksuit in red and black.
Man.
Wow.
And that came along with the friends and family pack in the garment bag with the
That's ridiculous.
Adidas
Lord have mercy.
and all of that jazz. So
man,
it turned out, pretty nice with the Superstar 50 and the guy's signature in there and whatnot. It came out pretty nice. I think the best thing about that entire, because they did it on a white and gold and a black. Well, the white and gold was a lady's jacket, and the black and gold was a men's jacket. But on all the Superstar 50th tracksuits, even the GRs, they put a little gold shell toe on there to try to get that mimic of the Run DMC chains that they had with the shell toe.
Right.
So that's what that everybody just think they missed that part. A lot of people missed that part of it. But if you ever come across either one of the GRs or the 50th Superstar tracksuits, it's got that on it.
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but that's pretty much, I didn't bring out DMC's other shoe, but that's pretty much it for me. I'm a sneaker guy. A lot of people think I don't do anything but Adidas. Anything from the
you got fire emojis all in the chat, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. That's some of my guys out there. I appreciate y'all. It's just I like the shoes. You know what I'm saying? I like them all. Yes, the majority of my collection is Adidas because of the history and my association. But to me, it's all about quality in the story. If I can reflect back on a moment in time where that shoe meant something to me, that's what I'm rolling with. You know what I'm saying? Me and Hop talked before I came on. I own Jordans. I will buy Jordans. 1s, 3s, and 7s. I will buy them. I'm not buying all them funny colors. It's got to be original borax, and it's got to be the original white in the 7. It's got to be the black cement and the white cement in the 3, or it's got to be the 2 OGs in the 1. If I can get them and they say Nike Air on them, take my money.
Yeah,
there's history there. You know what I'm saying?
They got a saying: if it ain't OG, it ain't me.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a story. A lot of people know, but then some of the guys don't know. I had a partner of mine when I was coming up, even in the 80s. He had small feet. His Jordan didn't say Air Jordan. They said Sky Jordan.
Sky Jordan, yeah. He ain't even had no ad heels.
you tell a new guy that, he like, what is that? Now he got to go research it.
Exactly.
He don't know. You know, that's what I be talking about that passing on. I'm willing to pass on what I know to the next generation. Right. I want the new guys rushing to the door and knocking people down to know that it was a Sky Jordan out here. That was the kid size. You know what I'm saying? I want them to know that. So that's another reason why, I think that I continue to stick with it at this point. Because I'm not looking to pass on no shoes. Not doing that.
He said,
I'm
don't get it
looking,
twisted.
no. I'm looking to pass on the conversation, and I can't even say knowledge, because if it's not in my collection or in my line, I don't know. That's why I watch shows like you guys shows and build these types of relationships, because I learn from y'all every time y'all on. Every time I
Appreciate
watch
that,
the
bro.
show, because it's a different part. I call it the sneaker verse, not the sneaker culture. It's a different part of the sneaker verse that you guys have moved around in since the 80s. Like I moved around in the Adidas side of it since the 80s.
Right.
So it's an educational experience for me.
Appreciate that, man.
I still got some education this evening.
Yes, sir. You know,
Yeah,
what'd you say?
we
What'd you
appreciate.
say? How got a wrinkle in my brain off
Got
this one.
another wrinkle in my brain. You know what I mean? But now we appreciate people like you, man, that come on
Exactly.
and talk about the
And
history that they know, because I'm like you, just like you say, you learn from us. I learn from our guests. You know what I mean? And it's just it's a beautiful thing that we can learn from each other and just take from each other,
absolutely,
man. And shoes bring us together.
yeah.
And
I
the
mean, I
passion, you know what I mean, to be fresh.
absolutely,
That's the common denominator right there.
absolutely, because it's that again. It's like, ain't when was the last time either one of y'all bought a functional gym shoe?
I will say this: those Jordan 34s.
I don't even know what that look like.
Uh, I don't have one
Don't
with me,
go.
but
No offense. Don't go pull it out. My point. I didn't even know Jordan went up to 34.
he's up to 35 right now. You know what I
Oh
mean?
hell.
He's up to
He was like,
35.
man, I
But
lost track after 7.
I did hoop a nose, and that's actually a pretty good hooping shoe.
Okay. That's part of the story I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that was around when that's all you had was that flat foot one
Mm-hmm.
to now, and you can still hoop in a current shoe. See, that's the sneaker culture to me right there.
Yeah. Right. That shoe was Zion's shoe, and he's a big boy. You know,
Uh-huh.
I'm not a lightweight myself, so I'm like, okay,
Is,
maybe that shoe might work for me.
is that the one with the hole in the outsole in the
Right.
sole?
In the
Okay.
midsole,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Got the
yeah, yeah.
whole.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
got
did.
got the plate in.
I saw a lot of hype on that commercial, that ad that they shot for him doing that, jumping over them people and all that. Okay, I did see that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very
So
comfortable shoe, man. That's well
yeah.
put together. I mean, you have
Hmm.
to go up half a size, but it's probably one of the best technical shoes, for the court right now. That's
Really?
out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
See,
comfortable.
I
Pretty
learn
comfortable.
something new every day. Because none of the guys I roll with would even, you know what I'm saying. If they got Jordans, they wouldn't tell me. You know what I'm saying? That's like me. I keep my Jordans in the house. You know what I'm saying.
Better not come outside with that on.
No, but and then I wear, and I haven't worn the free throw lines yet, just because of that icy sole on it.
hmm
Like
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of icy soles at all. So that's the only reason I haven't worn that one yet. But the red ones and the black, I'll wear them shits. They already got creases in the toe box. I'll wear them. I don't care.
See, for me, a shoe like that free throw line. I had the free throw lines too, and I haven't worn mine. But it's
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of like that for the simple fact I don't want to get that translucent sole dirty.
Yep,
But
exactly.
also for me, I kind of look at that as it was just like you were saying earlier. I guess I'm a victim of it too. Not necessarily putting it in a case, but that's the shoe that I kind of admire for the history and stuff like
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
And I have another pair of threes that I wear. So that one right there was just to get for historical purposes.
Yeah. Oh, when I saw the mock-ups and they told me that them shits was coming out with that Nike Air on the back, I entered every raffle, called every Jordan guy I know. I think I still got one or two pairs of the black cement upstairs, and that's just for me to wear. You know what I'm saying? I actually copped those black cements as a wear shoe. I wear that shoe because
hmm
even when I was deep into fashion and Adidas back in the day, the three for me, if I was ever the three for me was the only Jordan shoe I was a complete fan of is the three. The seven, I think, because people see, I don't know. when I say the Hair Jordan, and you guys probably know more than I do, was the 7 the Hair Jordan? When they say Hair Jordan, and because that was the one I remember from the Super Bowl ads when he did the commercial with Bugs Bunny.
Right.
Was the 7. See, that's why I call it the Hair Jordan. But when I say that to the Jordan guys, they tell me that's not the Hair Jordan.
Well, it's a colorway that they resonate
Okay.
with. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Because you
Okay.
have the playoffs or the Shrug game or the
Okay.
Raptors, what they call them.
Uh-huh.
The Hair Jordans is the like that light gray with the cream color, and it has the
Right.
that's what they call the Hair Jordans. Then
The
you got
Hair
the
Jordan.
Bordeaux,
Right.
and then you
Okay.
got the Olympics and the
Okay.
Cardinals. So,
Okay. Right.
Mhm.
All right. So,
but
see, I
I
learned something
understand
new.
why you call it a Hair Jordan, because it's the simple fact of the commercial,
That's
and
why I
you
went and
just
bought the shoe.
right.
I'm a Bugs Bunny guy. I didn't go buy the shoe because it was dope. I bought the shoe because watched the Super Bowl and Jordan was in a commercial with Bugs Bunny. I went and bought the fucking shoe. I ain't gonna
Well,
front. That's
see,
the only reason I bought it, because him
I'm
and
a
Bugs
Looney
Bunny was in
Tunes
a
fan
commercial during
myself,
Super
man.
Bowl.
I'm a Looney Tunes fan myself.
And it ended up being, I think my original pair, the gray ones, I ended up wearing that shoe so long that my front toe started coming out that thin ass material at the front. That's how long I wore that shoe. You know what I'm saying? It was my that shoe, and that's why I like them now, because it became my go-to shoe back in the 90s when it came out.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, we didn't hit the 2-hour mark, man. Anything else you got, Black? Anything else you got, TikTok?
No, I think, I mean, we ain't get into all of that. I'm
gonna put it to you like this, bro. We're gonna definitely have part 2.
okay, and I appreciate, and I'll be back. No question. You guys need me
oh
to
yeah,
come on anytime. It doesn't. I enjoy myself very much. I'm not a
I
big.
appreciate you gracing us with your presence, because
Oh
you
no, man,
said
because
you're
I'm
not
not
like
a.
that
Oh no,
that
I'm
type.
not a self promoter at all. And people that know me,
Right.
This is a lot of people that know me is when they heard I was gonna be on here, they was kind of shocked, because I'm not a big. I'm not a big self promoter. That ain't what I do. What I do for. But I enjoy this format. Anytime you guys want to have me back, just let me know. I'll pull out some more shoes out the stack and we can start it all over, or whatever y'all want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We can pull them out.
Okay.
We can go back through it. Not a problem at all. I really do appreciate y'all. That was, to me, that's love. You know what I'm saying? When like-minded people can link up and just have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about nothing but the conversation. That's
Right.
all. That's all love is where I come from. You know what I'm saying? So
I say
Appreciate
not
that,
all that
man.
goofy shit.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, but it's just like you get to a point where
Appreciate it, Chris.
with some people, is you having a conversation or is it an argument because you trying to educate me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get that. Like, I don't argue with Jordan guys because I don't know.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would be foolish to sit in a room with a whole bunch of Jordan guys and try to argue schematics of Jordan. I don't know. Now you bring me one of these Adidas know-it-all motherfuckers, we can have a conversation.
Well,
We can
hold on
talk.
there now, Lester. Hold on there now, Lester.
You
You know
get
what
that
I'm saying?
evil
Now we can
laugh. You
talk.
get that
You
evil
know what I'm saying?
laugh.
'Cause I got a plethora of useless information in my head. You know what I'm saying? But that's, to me, that's what it is. The Jordan guys talking, I sit back and listen. I don't ignore them. I'm listening. I want to know.
Right.
But a lot of these young dudes, they don't understand that's how the game's supposed to be played. Sometimes you got to just listen. I listen. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to sit here and tell me, because my entire collection ain't $1,000 limited shoes, that I'm not a sneakerhead. How that work?
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? And what I say to them is, go get you 1,000 pair of shoes, and you come talk to me. Then we can sit at the same table. We can't even really talk yet, not boasting, no blowing no horn, but we can talk then. You know what I'm saying? You want to come sit at the table, you gotta go a little bit higher than that. They don't want to hear that because it's not all exclusive shit, or you know what I'm saying? I didn't pay
Exactly.
$1,000 for it on stock X.
Yeah.
I
A
Exactly.
hate that
thousand,
when I hate that.
$1,000 is 10 shoes to me. What are they talking about? That's 10. That's 10 pair of shoes that I can wear.
Exactly.
A leather shoe too. But I
They
do
don't
appreciate y'all, man. Really, I
don't
do.
understand. Don't
Nah, man, we
understand. But
appreciate you coming on, man. I think I put the information right, but I put your link for your Instagram in the.
Oh, sweet. I never knew how to do that before.
I think I did it right.
Well,
We'll
that's
find
fine.
out.
It don't, I'm not like I said. My circle on Instagram so small it don't even
Hey,
make no sense.
I was gonna say you might have about 2 or 3 more followers after
And
tonight. You know what I mean?
if they come from this crew, they more than welcome.
Hey
Hit
man,
me
we
in the
appreciate
DM,
that.
make a comment, send up a like. I follow back. I'm opinionated. You know what I'm saying? I am. I'm opinionated, and if I'm shooting out an opinion, it's because I want to have a discussion. I'm curious to know. Or you
Right.
done said some wrong shit. That's all. So yeah.
Ain't nothing but a little teaching, man. That's all.
Absolutely, absolutely,
That's all.
absolutely. Right.
The more
That's
you know,
all.
the more you grow, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Exactly.
But I do appreciate y'all, man. And I know the professor out there somewhere in the sneaker verse. He out there. He in my thoughts. We haven't
I'm
talked.
I'm
We
gonna
haven't
say
talked but
this.
once yet. But that conversation is coming. I think that I am going to do my best to push him forward with his coffee table book or whatever it is. That's my
Hmm.
objective with him, is to push him forward. If he stepped away from the main part of it, I still think that he has a lot more to offer for my generation and even the next generation. And part of that is printed material. You know what I'm saying? I think printed material. Your Reebok guy made that statement. Printed material. He got printed material from back in the '80s.
Hmm.
That shit lasts, and I think that's something that the sneaker culture needs to get back to, is printed material. You know what I'm saying? Everything, the internet is cool, but I want my East Bay book. This actually an East Bay order book, not some picture fucking ad campaign. I want
Right.
shoes in the East Bay book with the order form and the whole 9 yards. I don't want
Yeah.
a print campaign to look like an Instagram page.
Sad shit, but true though.
Exactly. So,
I'm
all
gonna
right,
I'm gonna
well,
say
Uh,
this. I'm gonna say this right quick about Cali. Uh, I think a little birdie told me he's in Italy right now. So
so we know what that means, right?
exactly.
And that worked. That worked. I can't be mad at it.
He told me he was going to travel. So I said, hey man. But yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
that's that's what I
exactly. I'm
heard.
quite sure, and knowing him. I mean, I can't sit here and say it like I know him better than anybody else, but just based off the conversations that we had, I'm sure if he in Italy, he talking sneakers to somebody in fucking Italy right now. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
From some aspect of it, it can't. It's too much in his soul, just like it's in everybody that's been with us today. They about sneakers. Ain't nobody in this, nobody in this track trying to come up or get over. They here
Right.
because they like sneakers. They love
Like
the love of the culture.
that and the stories behind sneakers.
Exactly.
You know what I
Every
mean? So
every shoe has a story. Every
exactly.
single pair, good or bad, has got a story to go with it.
Well, man, like we said, man, we appreciate you coming on. It's definitely gonna be a part two. That's for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
real quick, OG Sneakers want to know where to get that. He was asking about a shoe real quick. Where can you find that black suede Lux Top 10?
Ooh. Now see, that's another one of my problems, is like we talked about before, the advent of the internet.
Uh-huh.
This particular colorway was a Adidas China exclusive. This is the only pair in the United States.
mm,
There's your answer, OG.
Right.
you ain't lying.
That's the only, not a white. The one we talked about, the Boba Fett rebound, that was
Hmm.
released in the US and it sold out in about a minute and a half. And I haven't seen one yet pop up in the resale market. Not one. So whoever got all of them shoes, they rocking them, or they got them put up.
Sorry, OG.
Man, you didn't
That
do
was
that man like that.
that was wrong.
Hey, what else can you do when the man say this is the only pair in the United States? I mean, what else can you say when the man say this is the only pair in the United States
It
of
might be.
America?
I have to retract that. I think that there might. I
Yeah,
have to
do that
retract
man
that.
like that.
There may be
OG,
one or two other pairs out there, but as far as I know, they're not available. They were never released in the United States. There is a rivalry low top version in that colorway and the white one out here, but not the Reebok. It's that, what it
okay.
was is that design with the nappy suede and then the size
Hmm.
and print on the on the heel counter. There are low top rivalry versions of that design element out here, but the rebound, no, that one and maybe 1.5 other ones in the United States.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you see OG Sneakers give you a follow, if you happen to have a lead on that shoe, hit him up.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he would
absolutely. Oh,
appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
I am always willing to. I'm not one of those guys. I don't have no secret spots or secret honey holes. Any
Yeah.
information I have, if I got it, you got it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the network. It doesn't bother me to give up my sources, not one bit, because like that China. It's just and it's not to say that everybody can't do it, but everybody more people have sense than I do. That's about a $320 shoe with the shipping and the forwarding on that shoe. Is it worth $300 and some dollars? No, absolutely not. But to me, to have it, it was worth
It's
it.
worth
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
It's worth it. I got you.
And no, I'll never be able to sell that shoe for that because I've worn the shoe.
Right.
It's a $90 retail shoe, but I'm willing to, if people willing to come up with that money, there's no limit to what you can get from across the pond. No limit at all.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man.
Absolutely.
We're all
exactly.
guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
He said he gave you a follow TikTok.
All right, my man. I'll be, as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna go over to Instagram, and anybody that laid me a follow, I'm gonna absolutely follow them back. I'm big on that. I like pics, I comment, and I'm not just, if I like the pic, I like the pic. If I, what I'm saying? I don't like just anything and everything. If I see some good quality or some shit I ain't never seen before, I like it.
That's dope. That's dope.
Look, you gonna have to talk to him behind the scenes on that one, brother. I don't. He's talking about let's make a deal. What size is it?
Oh no, you can't get that one, brother. I've only listen. It's a running joke around my circle. I've only ever sold 2 pair of shoes. I've only ever sold 2 pair of shoes, and I sold them to the same guy. And a week and a half later, I bought one of them back. The only reason I let him keep the other one because it was a triple of what I had, and he had already wore. So there's only 1 pair of my shoes out here in the world that I sold to somebody. I don't sell.
Gotcha. Well, man, like I said, one more time, you want to shout your stuff out, man. We about to get up out of here, man. We 2 hours, 11 minutes, man. We appreciate everybody in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Retro Talk Forum, that's my shout out. That shit is real to me. That's dope shit. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I don't need to self promote. I like what y'all doing.
We receive that, brother. We appreciate that, man. And we appreciate everybody showing love in the chat, man, and coming through.
Absolutely. Anybody that I've met or know or came through, I appreciate you for coming through, because if you know me, this is not my thing. And I appreciate coming through and supporting these guys, and hopefully you'll come back. It shouldn't take me being on the show for you to roll with these guys, because I rock with them. They worth a follow, and they worth a follow up when they on here doing their thing.
Appreciate that, bro.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man. I'm gonna let Black close the show out. Like I said, follow TikTok, man, on IG. His link should be in our description. If it don't work, let me know. I'm HopDog18, one half of Retro Talk. Much love, man. TikTok. I enjoyed this conversation, man. We definitely gonna have you back on here, whether it's to talk about shoes or find out something else that you might be interested in to chop it up with us, on the platform. So, like I said, we appreciate you, brother. Much love and respect to you, brother. And I'm gonna pass it to my partner down there on the bottom.
Appreciate that. This is Black, aka Sneaker Historian. I had a wrinkle in my brain with Adidas today, so appreciate TikTok.
I got about 4 or 5 of them.
Appreciate the chat for always rolling in and just being, interactive with the conversation. I like when that happens, because I like to, when I'm learning something, I just like to sit back and just listen. You know what I'm saying? Because the best thing is to listen to where you can soak it in. You can't overtalk somebody if you're trying to learn something. So, much respect to you, TikTok, man. The stuff that you showed on the show, man, I've never seen before. I mean, especially that Jam Master J. I've never seen that before, and I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad the people in the
Man.
chat saw it, man. So
Yeah, don't none of y'all screenshot that shit. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Like, I can,
Yeah,
I can feel,
respect
I can
TikTok.
feel, I can feel. I look, my other phone over here. That motherfucker's shaking right now. I think somebody got me in trouble.
Hey man, if we need to, we'll take the stream
Oh
down.
no,
bro.
it's not. I'm just talking shit. No,
we
it's
got
just
you, bro. We got
right. Yeah, I don't. That's just me. I like to keep a lot of that. Because I'm not, again, not to keep y'all running, but I'm not big on that. I got a lot of that shit. But if you look at my page, a lot of my shit on my page is not, exclusive or friends and family. I don't put a lot of that shit out there. I
Yeah.
put the shit out there that the average person can get if they want to get it.
right.
It's still dope though.
Stuff.
It's still dope though.
Yeah. But man, like I said, man, we appreciate you coming on. Like he said, definitely gonna come back for another a part 2.
Absolutely. Yeah, I came for the hat anyway, Black. Dope hat. I've been peeping the brim on that motherfucker the whole time. Dope.
Oh,
hat.
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it,
Dope hat.
man. I had to put. I gotta get some.
That's the World Series hat. I saw I've been watching it the whole time. Don't get me wrong. Other side.
Other side. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I'm
Yeah,
watching. See? I'm paying attention.
Oh yeah, man. Had to do it for the D.
I know this
Hometown.
where you absolutely. Boy, I know this
Hometown,
where your roots is from up here. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, go give TikTok a follow. He'll follow you back. You know what I'm saying? My brother up there, Hot Dog.
Appreciate
I'm Black
it.
as African.
Show him
man,
some
dope
love.
show.
TikTok. Thank y'all
We
for
outta
coming
here,
out,
man.
man. Thanks for having me. Bet.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Right.